Hello, hello, hello. Top of the morning, evening, afternoon, good evening, and good night. Fun topic. We're just going to jump right into it. How's everybody doing?
Oh, well rested. Yeah,
Everybody
let's
woke?
get it. Woke, no, awake.
Right, but
I'm awake. Yeah.
you woke up this morning, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I woke up
yeah,
this
yeah,
morning.
yeah.
Okay, good. So you woke.
Ooh. Oh boy.
So you woke then.
We're
I'm
all
wide
woke.
awake.
No.
wide awake.
You woke up this morning.
So everyone is woke technically, not
Yes,
just
we all woke up this morning. So everybody's woke.
Yes. That's it. I
Okay.
agree.
So what I'm going to start doing now on my comments is adding a little thing. Thank you, Lance. Thank you, Alicia. I'm going to start adding little comments called ad hominem. Now, I gave everybody here on the panel a specific mission last night because I was irritated, and I'm not going to fight this fucking battle by myself because I'm going against the internet here, and I don't think that one man. What is the movie? The One Man Army. What is that? With Dolph Lundgren. What does he do? What?
The bed. What?
The movie. What's the movie? The movie with the guy where he's
Where they're shooting the other guy in the desert.
Yes. Universal
what
Soldier.
the fuck
Got
are we
it.
talking about? Yes, Universal Soldier.
Universal
That's it.
Soldier.
Oh my god! I was like, yo, nobody knows what I
I'm
am
trying to
talking
think of
about
what-
right now.
What movie he's talking about? I was like, all right, Universal Soldier.
Dolph Lundgren, one guy. Like what?
Yeah.
Rocky. Yes, that is it. I feel like so I had to look this up. Okay. I'll just give everybody a back brief. I want to hear everybody's opinion on this. So ad hominem, the way that I'm looking at it is, it's people are saying this now in comments, and what it is it's Latin, of course. Instead of saying to the person or literally that person, or they're using that to sound smarter. What's another Latin one? Mortem delegacy or something. Mortem. I don't. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't speak Latin, so I'm not gonna go fucking write
Nobody does.
Latin comments on shit to sound smarter.
I'm
And they
willing to
changed the
bet that most of the
definition
people
once
that place the comment don't know Latin either.
No, they just
Yes,
it's just a
exactly.
thing. So let me hear your guys' opinion because I'm gonna be really nasty about this, and just tell me what you think. Let's just go clockwise. Go ahead, John. What do you got? Ad hominem.
Pure definition, it doesn't make any sense. That comment doesn't make any sense. If I typed under that video you uploaded and I typed in English to the person, you will go, "Are you okay up here?" That's not a sentence. That's just to the person. What does that mean?
Okay, so you get nothing. It
Nothing.
makes no sense to you.
Yes. If you're
Okay.
going by definition of pure definition translation, it makes no sense.
Now give me
if
the
you go
woke.
to the woke definition.
Now I want the woke
Yes.
side of it. Yeah. What do you got for the,
The
woke
woke
side?
side is you are not attacking the person's opinion. You're attacking the person presentation.
Attacking the person.
How he,
Yeah.
yeah, the person.
The person
Which
itself.
we did do, but we also attacked his opinion because his opinion was rubbish. If a person ever iterates the line, every war that ever existed started by boredom, you're retarded.
Okay, but the argument. But hold on. But you can't say that per se because that's not in the short. The short is just me attacking him with the apples. They don't see the
Right.
rest of the context. So in theory, it is. Oh God, I hate this fucking word. Ad hominem.
I don't think so.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
think
In
it
theory,
is.
it's true. In theory, it's true. No. In theory, that's true. We're attacking the person. Then again, if you do public speaking and I address 100 people and I show up on the podium still eating and having stuff in my mouth, you wouldn't call that professional. If you can bother to be professional or at least manage to present yourself a certain way while conveying your opinion, I don't have to listen to you because it all starts at the presentation. You couldn't be bothered to just present it in a normal way, constructive, and keep food out of your mouth while conveying your opinion.
All right, Matthew.
Then
go
you're
ahead, what do
gonna
you got?
attack personally.
Well,
God,
first
Matthew.
of all, it's not at the correct term is argumentum ad hominem, and that makes
Yes.
sense.
Oh, so they'd have to add another word.
Correct.
Argumentum ad hominem. That makes sense. Then it literally means argument to the person or against the person.
Oh. So they're
So
using a
they're-
slang Latin version.
They're-
It's
they're-
Latin.
Probably
We're bringing
one.
it back.
I'm gonna give one now. Probably one idiot once found it somewhere in a piece of text, looked it up, went, "Oh, nice," and started commenting it. And the rest of the parrots are just parroting it because, oh, that sounds. I
Makes
mean,
me sound
yeah, oh,
like
educated.
intelligent.
Intellectual. Hey, makes you sound intellectual.
Yeah, go against that one. Put another comment on here. As for the attacking the person, no, you were attacking actions the person was doing.
Yes, I wasn't making
didn't
fun of
attack
him. I was making
his
fun of the
look.
way that he was eating.
Yeah, you didn't attack his looks. Say he was.
I did attack his gayness.
But that was an action. That was truth. There were facts being stated. He did not
Yeah, but
didn't talk like a normal person with the S's. He smacked. He ate an apple, which is very rude if you're on camera, in my opinion. That's what we
agree.
were all taught. And
Sure.
in the olden days, they told you never to eat or talk while eating. And especially if you're on a social media platform, just don't do it. That's bad upbringing or whatever you want to call it. It's bad manners. So that was also a thing you attacked.
Mm.
And him giving stupid comments that invites stuff like that. I mean,
Go ahead, Spade.
on.
What do you got?
All right. So after watching this short a few times, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, there is no way that people are saying that this is ad hominem to it, because you're not making fun of anything. You are literally just talking about facts about the person. You're telling the person, hey, you shouldn't be doing this, and he's doing that on camera. You know, you shouldn't be talking like this, and that's how he's talking. So it's a fact. When it's a fact, it's not ad hominem. Okay? Like the woke definition of it, it's not what it is. You are saying a fact. If it's a fact, then it's not ad hominem. People in the comment section are using the word wrong. Not only are they using the word wrong, but they started adding the word straw man, which they even used that wrong.
What the fuck is that, too? I saw that. What's straw man?
So, straw
Is
man
that Latin? Is it, hold on, backwards. Is it Latin as well? Or is
No,
that some other
no,
shit?
No, that's not Latin.
What's straw man? A fat,
So-
lanky fuck?
No, straw man is like saying you change the conversation. Like, okay, let's say you're like, smoking is bad for you. Oh, so what you're saying is that I shouldn't be vaping either. Like, one has nothing to do with the other. It's just a generalization, and you're putting it in. Just like when
who
he
the fuck
said,
is making up these words, bro?
I don't know, the internet. It's just like when the guy
Oh
said,
my god.
when he said prior, because it's not in the short, when he had said prior saying that people started wars because they were bored, that was straw man, because he was making up something that wasn't the correct or wasn't the truth about it.
dude,
That's what that is.
My understanding of the word straw man in our language, it just means somebody to take the fall. That's somebody in between you and the other person.
shit.
That's a straw man.
No, but that's not the definition that people are using. The people
No, people are
they're wrong.
changing the definition of words now. But hold on, let's go back to this ad hominem. So let's just use comedy for a second. Now it's my turn. If we use comedy for a second, racism is involved, xenophobe, transphobic, and all of that is okay. Now, you're not going to go to a comedian and say, man, you can't talk about race. That's racist. I mean, you can, but with comedy, it's kind of it's an unwritten rule that everything is on the ground.
Yeah, up for grabs.
So if first off, I don't even look at that video. it would have been no different if the guy was gay and chewing with his mouth open and eating apples versus a straight dude that rides motorcycles and he's in Hell's Angels. No matter what it was, I would have attacked that. So I don't see how those two are relatable. But let's just say, for argument's sake, that it is ad hominem. Doesn't every other YouTuber that, let's just use Sniper Wolf. Everybody knows Sniper Wolf here. That's what she does. She attacks people. So, and first off, you saying that that's so old, ad hominem, this is so stupid, this is so 6 years ago. That word people started using on the internet to attack other YouTubers 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So what does that say about you? You're using shit from 6 years ago as well. Come up with a different fucking word aside from a word that you would never use in a sentence. You're not going to tell me. First off, I don't even think they teach Latin. No. Matter of fact, I know they don't teach Latin in school. You think you're smart. There's a Latin saying that people all say. Al de Morte or what the fuck is it? Some stupid, oh my God, famous Latin sayings. You guys will know it when I say it. Carpe diem, that's one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. Seize the day.
Caveat emptor, caveat, yep, that's another one. Ad infinitum.
Ad infinity. Huh?
Yeah, Veni, Vendi, Vinci. I had to look this up.
Veni, Vidi, Vici. I came, I saw, and I conquered.
Right. Well, I don't know how to fuck you know Latin, okay, Matthew, but it's not the point. Okay.
But it's just phrases.
Latin, right?
But who
Right,
uses
that's what I'm saying. You can't sound smart, bro, if you just if you're taking words. It's like people that speak Spanish and they're trying, or people that speak English and they're trying to learn English, so they speak Spanglish, and that's a real thing. Well, they'll speak Spanish and they don't know a word, so they just say it in English. Okay, that's different because you can't find the word. You know the word. You could say you're attacking the person. Instead, you want to make it as short as possible and make you sound intelligent. You sound fucking retarded because you don't speak that language. That's like me going around to Belgian or Flemish or whatever the fuck you guys speak and go there and then comment a stupid word in Flemish so you understand it. No, I'd put it in Japanese. But though I'm white, I'm putting a Japanese comment inside of a Flemish video. I've got people from Mexico putting fucking Latin words in a white man's video. Yo, get the fuck off my channel, bro.
And it's older. It's even older because they started studying it in Greece in the 1700s. So,
but personal attacks, you're on YouTube.
So
when someone attacks me and says, "Where's that shirt from?" Is that ad hominem?
Yeah.
No.
That's ad hominem.
No,
One could argue. Hold on. I'm not done. I let you guys say your shit. One could argue and say that Donald Trump is ad hominem because all he does is attack people. That's all he does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
But and that would be true because that's what he does. Yes.
Okay.
Because
and why is it bad?
Well, okay. It's not bad, but it's not good either. It's just like.
Why is it not good? Why is it not good? Why is it not okay to have a healthy debacle about something that annoys me? Why I thought we're woke now. We're allowed to say how we feel. If I have to call you a fucking pronoun because it makes you comfortable, it makes me comfortable to be able to say how I feel about the way that you chew.
Well, the
but Jay, I don't agree with you
about
because you're bold. Wait, no, Jay, I don't agree with you because you're bold. That's ad hominem. I'm attacking your person instead of actually fighting with facts. Instead of me saying a fact for a fact, I'm taking your fact and I'm making fun of you instead. That's what ad hominem is.
I get that, but then my argument is, if you're saying that I can't attack, okay, let's get philosophical now. I expect everybody here to use your brains. If you're saying that I can't do ad hominem, because that's the point of saying it, that I should not be doing that. I should be commenting on his attitude, right? Or his outlook.
You were.
Okay, if I'm still attacking his opinion on something, that's still ad hominem.
But you weren't in
The
that
only
video
thing-
specifically.
No, no,
You
you're
were
not.
your
You're
opinion.
listen to the words that I'm coming out of my mouth. His opinion is still to that person. Ad hominem is literally to the person. Your
The
opinion.
only way.
It's ad hominem
The
is
only
not
way-
his looks. Ad hominem is
No.
to the person. If I comment on how you feel, it's still ad hominem.
The only
With
way
the
it
Latin
wouldn't be if you
translation,
put an
yes.
objective comment on purely the facts that he was stating and having objective comment on that without attacking him or anything he does,
Right,
then it
right,
wouldn't be
right. Yes. If it was factual information and not an opinion, it would not be ad hominem because you're just stating facts and I'm giving my opinion with that as well. But you're not stating facts, okay? You're stating your opinion. Either way, his video against military was ad hominem.
and completely disrespectful to all the people that served
Right,
and
so-
gave him the ability to go online and spout nonsense.
So if he could do it, why can't I do it to him? Is that not how that works?
But that's the questionable
No,
thing,
it's,
because if you look any further into it, the ad hominem is used a lot. That's one of the favorite attacks of the woke community towards other people.
Yes. Yes.
So then it becomes
Like-
hypocritical, because if you turn it on them, they don't like it, and they use it out of
Exactly.
context because they use the ad hominem, and by using the ad hominem, they do the same thing. Actually,
Yes.
by commenting on a person, because
But you
why
said they're
do
not
they do
even
it?
using the right fucking word. It's not just ad hominem. There's another word
Nope.
that goes before that.
Argumentative. Or whatever. Argumentum. Yeah. Which means argumentative.
But
I don't
It's
understand
basically
why
just
people are
argument.
trying to use Latin words to sound smarter. You sound
Yes.
fucking stupid. Like you would never say that shit in real life. You're not going to tell me that two people are having an argument. Whatever. Let's just use in French. Well, French is closer. Well, so is English. I guess you're not going to tell me that two people that meet on the street somewhere are going to be having an argument and then they're just going to be spouting Latin phrases. And I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I
It's
don't.
not going to happen.
But on the internet,
Ever.
though, you could do that. And you could sound smart by making that comment. I like the person that
that's
was
the whole
going in at the people at ad hominem and started breaking down a whole bunch of fucking Latin words. I don't know if you saw it. Go to the replies, and she's like, first off, they're both ad hominem. And then the one guy was like, yeah, but he's worse than the other. No, there is no worse. It's either you are or you're not. That's it. Yo, I swear to God, the internet and these people have got,
And by the
they
way-
have to be teenagers, right? There's no way that's an adult.
Or
Yeah,
idiots.
or at least early 20s. Early 20s.
I don't think so. I don't think they're adults. I don't think so.
And if you look into it a little bit further, there are situations where ad hominem can be valid.
Only if it's a fact.
Yeah, like if it's a boss. So if someone that's not a boss, right? You could ad hominem would be as if someone is not in a boss position and he's giving bossy orders. That would be a true definition of ad hominem.
I've got to cheat, and because I wrote it down because it was too much to learn by heart. But used as a rhetorical strategy when claims made about character are relevant to the discussion or the conclusions being drawn, and they are properly justified. So, as an example, they give you an attack on a person who has cheated on his partner. Are irrelevant of their mathematical reasoning. So if they're explaining a math problem, you attacking him on but he cheated on his wife. It has no, that's nonsense. However, if that person wants to be head of the association that emphasizes with family values, then it would be valid.
because then it's relevant to the discussion.
And it's relevant because
Right.
he's a cheater. How can he be head of a company that is pro? So it can be valid.
I just don't you could be saying so many other things instead. You got 3,000 people to come by, right? Because it was shared somewhere. That's not. I could see on my end, analytic wise, that's not organic. So someone shared it, and they probably posted on a Facebook group and just said "ad hominem." Look at this fat guy.
I'm pretty sure there's
I'd be
a whole
interested.
group of people. There's a
Yeah,
whole group of people going around YouTube and Facebook and just commenting that everything they find a video or just going on it and hey, did you comment? I found another one. It's one of those things.
Yeah,
Wow,
but
you got
it
nothing
sounds
better to
expensive,
do with
right?
your time. You
Nope.
got nothing
It's
better
the
to do
same
with your
people
time.
writing. It's the same
Saving the
people
world,
writing
being smart.
angry reviews on restaurants.
Yeah, it's like
Same
you
people.
got nothing better to do with your time. You got nothing better to.
But to me, the people that are now dropping Latin, not even a phrase, 2 words, a Latin words, I kind of compare them to the people that buy knockoffs. You don't master the language. You don't even know what you're saying, but you're trying to pretend to be high end. You don't have the funding for it.
That's
so
true.
You buy a knockoff.
It's true. Like you don't want to learn the whole language. Instead, I'm just going to take a couple words out that I like, and I'm going to use those. You better hope. I don't think that will ever happen.
Close.
But you better hope that you don't ever run into somebody that only speaks Latin, and then the only words you know are just phrases. This conversation's over in about 10 seconds.
I could have just said not to the point.
It's no different, though, in all fairness. And I hate doing this, but it's no different than saying it is what it is. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like, it just, you're taking, like, those stupid colloquial terms that we say as Americans. Like two birds in
but it's
two birds in the bush are
sounds
better
less
than
pretentious.
16 fruits.
it's less
Yeah,
pretentious
something like that.
if you're doing it.
Nailed it on that one. It's like people are bored and they're just like, oh, let's just take some random words and let's use them to justify our means by changing the definition.
I'm all for that. You want to pretend something you're not? I'm all for it. Society is based on it. You want to you're a man and you want to be a girl? Go for it. All good. Just don't bother me with it. The problem I'm having is you were so close to sounding smart. If you only would have Googled a second longer, you could have gotten the whole sentence and then it would have made sense as a comment. You were so close to sounding somewhat intelligent. But if you can't even Google right, I don't know what you're going to do with your life. I mean, it's going to be rough.
That's why I said
I agree with you.
parroting. It's copy pasting. Somebody did it somewhere.
Yeah.
Another dude saw it and copy pasted it without knowing the or without taking the time, like you said, to look
What
it up
happened
on
to
Google.
being
and,
original?
oh,
What happened to being original?
Way too much work.
Too much work to type in your own thoughts?
Yes.
So we're using
Just
predictive
copy
text
paste.
now. We're letting
AI
AI just
created
go
it.
for it.
they're now
what's
saying it's
happening
actually
now.
the same thing as gaslighting.
Oh god.
It's a form of
similar to
gaslighting.
gaslighting.
That's another thing that just came out of nowhere. Gaslighting, virtue signaling. I'm not saying that they haven't been words forever. It's just that people started using those in the past 5 years just to sound fucking smarter. You had words like
The
antagonize.
only thing-
That worked well, but instead you have
Yep.
to add other shit and medical terms to sound more intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Stop virtue signaling.
If people
Stop
use
gaslighting me.
gaslighting
I'm
in a
triggered.
sentence,
Instead of saying I'm getting mad, you're triggering me. Just say I'm getting pissed.
You're getting on my
One-
nerves.
one-
every,
could argue-
every single person that uses it in a sentence, if you use gaslighting in a sentence, I think of cooking. I think of my stove. You're turning on the stove. What are we cooking? Are we?
But one could argue and say that it's another form of saying slang words, just like you know, when I
You're-
was growing up
but
and
the-
it was cold outside, people would say it's brick outside, which most people would be like, how does that make sense? And the terminology came for it's like somebody throwing a brick at your face, and that's how cold it is.
Oh, I
You
thought
understand what I'm saying?
no. What? No, that's not it. When you
That's how
would say
that's
it,
how it was.
no. Did you Google that? That's not it. It's because you're cold as a
No.
brick. Bricks stay cold.
Oh, see, I didn't. Yeah, no, I just thought of it. I understood the point of the cold brick, but it was more like it's hitting you in the face.
No,
like when it's really cold,
it's brick
and the wind
outside,
is
like a
hitting your
cold.
face.
No, like a brick stays cold if
But
it's in the snow.
regardless,
You
it's-
can even use the
it's
opposite and
state-
say it's hot as brick outside because brick stays hot too. So,
right, but it's like saying, but you can turn
Stupid.
around and say,
yeah, but it's not
you can
slang
say,
though.
that shit was
You're
dumb.
taking,
Right.
you're using a word and you're trying to. I don't care what you say. You saying that as someone that does it themselves, you're trying to use a word to make you sound smarter than what you are. When in reality, you're much stupider than what you think you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is anyone? I look at that comment and I think, so now the people that are the generations that are coming after, because we're assuming they're younger, now they're even too lazy to actually start an argument because now you're posting two words. They're not even attacking you anymore. It's not like they're attacking you personally or looking at your looks. That's way too much work. They've could have gone, hey, you're bald. Nope, way too many words. Let me copy paste this one.
Kind of like teaching children to point and stranger danger.
Yes.
So you know what I'm gonna start doing when someone says something about my shirt or my beard or my chin? I'm just gonna
That's really
respond with ad hominem now.
Yes.
I'm gonna hit them with their own shit. Now I'm gonna do that in my own comments, like on my vape channel. Ad hominem. Every time somebody says something negative, that's what I'm gonna say. Ad hominem. Now they're gonna have to look it up, and they're gonna feel the same fucking
Nice.
way I do right now.
And you're gonna get that comment. Most likely, you're gonna want to start.
Oh.
Want to sound smart, you?
Ad hominem. That's
Okay.
Ad hominem. All right. Talk about the subject at hand. I mean, look, people do that anyway. You're always going to attack someone's character. Always. What are you laughing at, John?
Oh no, I found a great one to respond with.
What do you got? Is it Latin?
It's Latin. It's got to be
Do I
Latin. We
do I
have to sound smart.
respond to ad hominem with this, or is that something that
Yes.
I respond with? Okay, what do you
No,
got?
you respond with it under all the ones that posted ad hominem. Just type fiat.
FIAT.
Yes, like the car.
What does it? What does it mean?
So
Fix
be
it
it.
again, Tony. So be it. That's what they named their company after. So be it. Your car sucks. So be it. Nice. That is amazing.
That's accepting defeat before you even launch the car. Just
So dumb.
is that really what it means? FIAT.
That's what I
Fiat?
found. I was looking for something along the lines. It is what it is, and I then
Let it
circled
be
down.
done.
Yeah. Let it be or let it happen.
Yeah.
All right. So, but wait, that definition is ambiguous. It could be anything.
It also
It's-
means
it's-
fiat
it's-
means accepting the will of God. Yeah, that's tough.
That's
The end.
problem with a dead language. You have people arguing about the translation.
You have people just making words up saying that was never. But people can learn Latin, right? Like you can actually, the Vatican,
Yeah.
they teach.
Schools.
But then
Okay,
it
but if
goes
it's a
not
dead
in
language,
English.
I know we've discussed this because Latin is not Italian. I remember discussing this and going really in
Well,
depth
yeah, it's-
with Latin.
It's Proto-Italian. Proto-Italian. Like before Italian, it was Latin.
Right, but Latin is not Italian. There could be people that speak Latin
Right.
that were never even in Italy. So it's not. Anyway, so but is there an actual Latin dictionary? Not online.
Yes.
That's not what I'm asking. Like
No,
an
no.
actual
Yeah.
physical book
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is all in Latin.
But I'm gonna assume
Yeah.
that they went like this: Latin, Italian, and then from Italian they go to English. So you see where the problem starts to line up.
Like phone.
I don't
what you
think.
do.
Yeah, a lot of interpretations, Matthew. It could go wrong. That's what I'm saying.
No, because Latin is a base form of a lot of languages.
Yes,
Yes.
that's
It
true.
forms
But
the basis
then,
of a lot.
but you fall in the bracket. Like I look at religious text, then we're going. Especially if we're talking about sayings. Ooh, that depends on who's translating it, and then it becomes open to interpretation, and that's why fiat has like 4 or 5 different translations depending on who's looking at it.
I know the definition of fiat to me is the end of something. It's done.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even with the Marines, isn't that Semper Fidelis? That's also Latin.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Just like
It's a
just like
dead
people say,
language. But it is still used, especially medicine, and legal terms.
Why? Yeah, legal terms, yes. Shorten it up.
That's just the way it is.
I think it's
It's probably
it's
because
easier
it
as
was
well.
more the elite people that used to be able to learn Latin. So the common folk wouldn't know Latin. I mean, in most other countries like the States or here, it would be the higher ups, the nobility and everything that got the instruction and they knew Latin. So it was an elitist thing. That's why probably like for doctors and court system and justice system, they still use it.
yeah, but they only use words here and there. It's not like they have full on Latin conversation.
I think they do it just
conversations.
lawyers. I could see the argument to sum it all up. You don't want to say 45 sentences, so you just kind of bang. This is what it is. But for you to start using it on the internet as a comment to attack somebody, because it's what you're doing. You're saying, "Hey, you shouldn't be attacking him. You should be attacking the argument. You should stay the fuck out of this. This isn't your fight." So ad hominem on you. Don't come after me, because now you're attacking me for attacking him. So you're part of it too.
That's a popular one.
Let's all agree
Habeas corpus.
No, that's another one. That's a law thing, though.
Yeah,
Habeas
that's law.
corpus.
But it still needs a sentence to be an attack. Okay, so this is getting live. If someone typed in chat beard, that's not an attack. If someone typed bald or pale or white, you still need a sentence to have a full length attack. So to the person or whatever it means, you need to form a sentence around it to actually have
I guess
a purpose.
But it has
that's
it
the
has
word. I guess
it has a
ad
loop.
hominem is a lot better than responding with just dumb or stupid. So, it means something. Why do I hear myself? Is that Matthew now?
It's
Matthew now.
spreading.
It's Matthew now.
Hello.
Test. No, it's gone now. Good job. Okay.
Ad hominem.
Ad hominem. I'm gonna start, dude. And there's a lot. I'm gonna even go back 5 years. I'm just gonna go to where people make fun of my shirt from 5 years ago, and I'm gonna respond to some. I'm not joking. From 2015, 2016, I'm gonna go write ad hominem on every one of those comments. Everyone. And if they don't like it, they're gonna be like, "This is such an old topic." Yeah, ad hominem.
Fiat.
You're attacking me.
I am so sick of this fucking internet, bro. I'm so done. Like I'm done.
It's the wokeness turning on itself.
But you've seen this, right? You've seen the now the protests. So the left is attacking the left. I've been enjoying that. So you
Wait,
have
what?
these protests for Gaza and all that stuff, pro Hamas. I don't think there's another way to say that. And then you have LGBTQ also lining up in the protest. Oh, those two people don't really like them. Like, who would have thought? Like, the really strict Muslims wouldn't be open to have a rainbow flag in their parade. Oh, there's been fights. Yes. There's been, yeah.
Nah.
Oh, bro,
Yep.
I got so much I want to comment on that. But I'm more nervous about the original platform we're streaming on versus the secondary. I'm not worried about the secondary, and I cannot shut down one part of the stream.
You know what it is? I feel like people should get more pissed off at Strawman than they should for ad hominem, because Strawman sounds like
Where
a stupid
did you
thing.
hear that ad at? Like, where
They
where'd you
wrote
hear
that in the
at?
no, in the comment section.
I
that
know, but
same-
before that, where else did you see
you
that? Have
didn't.
Oh,
You
you've never
didn't.
seen it?
I've never seen it before, ever. And I've gone through a lot of YouTube comments, and I have never, ever, political ones too. I have never heard either of those words. When you told me about that,
would you argue and say that those people using those Latin words are woke? Are woke people? Or is that
Yes.
more, that would be liberals?
Yep.
yes,
Yeah, because look at Republicans. Trump attacks people, so yeah, that right. So it'd be
the
liberals.
It's the people policing the internet for and trying to find something that somebody said where they can argue, and
yes.
That's the
It's
woke
exactly
crowd.
what it is. Yes, but
And if you
Strawman
want-
is worse. I feel like Strawman is worse because it's like you're complaining about something, but you take it way out of proportion. You understand? That's what Strawman is.
But
It's
like
stupid.
the way when you mention that term, the only thing my brain goes to is, I don't know, the movie Wicker Man, where that's
Fuck
the
you,
term
bro.
they call.
Fuck you, bro. That's what I was thinking in my head. Cage,
Yes.
like made
Yes.
out of straws or like a scarecrow. That's
The
what I
guy
think of when
outside
you
of
say
straw
straw
man.
man.
But
Yep.
that's what the idea came from. It's because that scarecrow is of hollow ideas, and because you don't understand the topic, you're trying to change the topic into something that's bigger than what it's supposed to be.
So are people
That's
going to
what that-
start saying you're straw manning?
yes.
Oh my god!
the ad hominem is even better because that's far-fetched. That's a real stretch for you to get
So-
from that to the other one.
Right.
I wanna get ahead of this. If these people are all making their own words, I wanna coin the
Here we
term caging really hard, like raging
What's
really hard.
caging?
But then we're removing caging is going absolutely crazy and into an argument. He's done it in movies where he just goes woo, and that's caging.
I like it. I like it. I'm going to use this. I'm going to spread the word. Caging. This is great.
Oh, and for the comment, Jay, you can even ask if they start commenting it. You can ask which one.
What do you mean? Which one? For ad hominem?
Yeah, there are different kinds.
Yeah, there's 3 different
yeah.
ones.
5.
Oh, I thought there was only 3.
5.
My man's came prepped. Got some
Yeah,
stickies, printouts. I didn't even know you had a printer. I mean, that's nice.
I only knew there was.
Well, no,
That's
he doesn't.
nice.
That's
I
the
only
copy
knew
machine.
3. 3 was to quo, right? That's one.
That's the me too.
Yeah, and then guilt by association. Those are the only
So
3
you
I
have
know.
the abusive one, abusive ad hominem, the circumstantial ad hominem, that's appeal to motive, the quoque, U2 homonym, the guilt by association homonym, and the poison the well homonym.
Wow. Okay.
So what's the word ad mean? 2?
Yes.
Wait, which
Like just
word?
the word
No.
ad in Latin.
That's add to against or towards.
Against. Ad
Against.
corresponds to against, but it could also mean
Against.
to or towards.
Yeah.
Huh.
Insane.
That's interesting.
So I'm going to need a PhD in order to be commenting on YouTube comments now, or any comments anywhere, because people keep just adding more words to the dictionary, and you're going to say the wrong word one day, and people are going to ad hominem.
But if you it's also stupid. But at least if they make a new word, there is no mistaking it for something else.
Yes.
It's when they start tweaking the definition of a certain word, and it's no longer what the dictionary states or what you know it to be, then we have a problem.
Why do you think people do that? For sake of argument or to actually make a point?
To make a point that they're smarter than you.
So that's it. It's a matter of.
That's how
So
I
it's
believe
not
it.
to start an
That's how I see
argument. It's just to sound smarter.
it. Sounds smarter to win the argument.
But you can't win an argument if you're just the only one in it. Then by default, you win.
Right. Exactly.
No.
Or lose.
It's a one-sided argument. That's what it is. It's a one-sided argument. So you're going to argue with yourself and win.
But an argument has to have two people. Otherwise, you're just speaking.
To yourself.
That's why I'm saying it's a one-sided argument.
I'm going to have an argument with Spade. Hey, Spade, you're a human. Okay?
That's ad hominem. Let me tell you.
No. That's ad rem.
Yep.
What the fuck is ad rem?
The opposite of ad hominem.
Oh, okay.
That's the opposite of it. It means to the point, correct?
Yeah.
Ad rem.
This is so stupid. Like I said, we're gonna have to teach a class on all these words, like internet etiquette. These are the words
Latin
you should
for
be
dummies?
using.
Latin for dummies? Or
So if there's red pill, okay, so red pill is what? Heavy Republican. And blue pill is heavy Democratic.
Right.
What's the guy in the middle? White pill?
rainbow.
Purple pill.
Yeah.
Well, what is it? If there's two sides, is it you can only take a blue or a red pill?
No, but the problem is that the left pill, if you think any different than they do, you're automatically classified as red pill. So we have, let's say in Belgium, we have the left and we have the right way of thinking. The right, double use of the word, the right or the right way of thinking. If you think any other way about anything, if you don't completely follow the leftist view of it, you're automatically cancelled. It used to be you were middle. Now you're the other way. You're right. You're right wing.
Yeah, you can't be a centrist anymore.
Okay, maybe it's just me. When I look at that short that I made against that dude, okay, I'm not. You can say I'm conceited. It's fine. I find it comedic. It's funny to me.
That's what I thought you were doing.
I in the full video, I was making points about what his arguments were about the draft and everything else. But I decided that I'm gonna comment on the way that he eats because we're all taught how to eat properly, and chewing, especially a loud object, that even if you chew with your mouth closed, it's like a tortilla chip. No matter how much you try to be quiet, people are going to hear you across the room, okay? Yep. That's why there's always music or a lot of people talking in Mexican restaurants. It's because you know what they're about to eat. Everybody's going to fucking hear. That's why they got like those little, what do you call them? The guys that, the capybaras? That's a rat. Things.
Is that why they invented the castañeras?
Mariachis.
The mariachis, yeah, they come up and they play shit because they know you're going to be loud while you're chewing, and they always come out while you're eating tortilla chips. So they know, right, that you should not be having an apple on a stream. I don't know. To me, it wasn't even a matter of attacking them. It's just commenting on the way that you're eating. But then the Sniper Wolf, I'd be interested to see her comments. To be fair, I have not watched any of her videos in years, but people have built their content on YouTube on making reaction. I don't know if making fun is the right word. Speaking my opinion about the way that you are. Whether or not you find it funny would dictate whether or not I'm making fun of them.
But see,
Right.
if this person would have said the same thing, just sitting there, normal tone of voice, no slurred s's, and no eating, and just made a good point.
Right.
That's it. Your response would have been different because you would have
Absolutely.
argued. You would have
Absolutely.
argued
Absolutely.
to the point as well.
Yeah,
You were
you
going
have
like,
to be so extra. And I don't
that's
think
to
they're
be
being
special.
extra to make people angry. It's just
But why do the extra special bit? Because it draws attention. Because people are gonna comment on it. Because it's gonna irritate people.
what, the voice part? No, I think that's
The voice
just
part, the apple. Oh,
no, I
buddy.
think that's just they just don't give a shit about anybody's thoughts of how they talk or eat.
How are you gonna want people to take you seriously if you make a video like that?
They won't.
It's either gonna be completely against, horrified by it, or people the woke
Do you
side.
know how many
Oh,
people he's
hero.
attacking in just one video? It's not the
Yep.
military. He's attacking straight people, smart people, dumb people, mouth chewers, chew closed mouthers. You're attacking a lot of people in one video. So
Educated
you are
people,
definitely
normal people.
irritating a lot of people in one video. So me making fun of you chewing with your fucking mouth open,
Which is
somebody has
the-
to put somebody in their place. I
What-
think
that-
it is a necessary evil. Oh, I got to be careful here. It is a
That's not-
necessary evil to have bullies. It is an absolute necessity. If you do not have this,
But you could look at it a different way, and maybe that's the new era of the internet as a whole. That its sole purpose is, if you want to get as many views, you have to annoy the most amount of people, because then you're going to generate the most amount of traffic.
Right.
It used
Or
to
do you
be
do-
good content. Now it needs to be
Any content, controversial content,
yeah. Well,
controversial.
it's not controversial. What he said wasn't controversial. It was just absolutely stupid.
Right,
at
but
its-
in his
at its
eyes,
core-
though, he saw it as controversial.
Oh,
He was
it's
like,
not
just make fun of the military. I'm going to make fun
It's
of the
just
military. That's controversial. to him.
Well, not really. The only thing that's really controversial about it is take that person and throw him back 200 years in time, he wouldn't survive, because he's just that dumb. He would be the leader of the pack, and he would have gotten eaten or lost in a forest, and he would have died. And that's not picking on him. It's just the world has become, especially in the Western civilization, it's too safe, if that makes sense.
no
And then you
repercussions.
have situations.
There's no
Well,
repercussions.
it's not about repercussions. It's just everything is a safe place. There's
The
no.
only thing,
Which
the only
the
thing-
argument,
Danger.
though, is repercussions. If it's safe, then that means that there's nothing that
No.
can happen to you. There's no repercussions.
Well, there are, because we just said that your response is apparently already a repercussions. Now words are repercussions, but words aren't repercussions. They don't change your day to day. If I walk on the street and someone calls me an asshole, okay, that's weird, but it's not going to change my life. Now they've flipped it. That now saying something offensive or saying something hurtful, that is a huge event, which it's not. You make it a huge event. It's just words. It's not going to affect your day to day. You're just going to live your life, and that's it.
they threw out the sticks and stones argument.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all you need to do now is create some content of which you're gonna know that either the LGBTQ or the woke community is gonna jump in, or both of them is gonna jump in, rally behind it, and have your back. And you're gonna have views, you're gonna have content, you're gonna have whatever. Because it only takes one person to say, "What the hell are you talking about? This is stupid." And all the LGBTQ and all the other letter shit, they're gonna be on your case.
You know,
It's
people
funny
use
that
the
these
argument that you create content on YouTube and you're doing it just for views. That is the sole purpose of YouTube, is just for like that is what it is for. It's for views.
the
People
point.
uploading movies, shorts, it's for views. So I feel like you don't know the direction of the platform you're on if you're questioning why I upload something just for views. And if I just want to make this clear, and I hate to keep going back to this, but if I would have not done an attack on him and I just attacked his comments on it, it wouldn't get as much as views as it has now. It's because it's an attack on somebody or their actions is why it becomes viral or gets views.
Yep.
Right.
Nobody wants to hear just another person's opinion on some shit. Nobody. They want more.
Yeah, if you just rambled off the fact the draft exists for this, that's not right. Every
facts.
conflict started about this political reason, and that's why it exploded. If you would just given them a history lesson, nobody would have watched your short. Nobody. Knowledge, ew. Let's cut this away.
Who
More
needs
than
that?
6 seconds? More than 6 seconds? Nah.
Could you imagine if that's how a lot of the left feels, the way that he feels? And him pointing out his medicine? You know, the other day, me and Matthew were talking. I think this was yesterday. I'm going to change the topic. This is going to be edgy. I got Matthew to rethink this. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to go revisit a topic we've revisited 1,000 times. Gender dysphoria is a mental condition, right? It's a mental condition. So we cannot give somebody shit for being a transgender.
Oh, I don't.
Technically.
No, not technically.
Yeah.
Actually.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to throw that out there. We could change the subject. I just wanted to put that out there. Because if you give that person shit for being transgender, you have to give a schizophrenic shit for being schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Although the argument that I said, but the schizophrenic, you're gonna try to cure him. You're not gonna go into his delusion and make it worse.
Yeah.
With the transgender, you are by saying, "Oh yeah, you're a lady."
Well, that is the cure.
No, that's not a cure. That's you confirming
that's-
the delusional part.
Yes, but the medical association or doctors in general or whatever you want to call it have now labeled that as the cure.
That's not a fair. That is a pretty fair argument that it is the cure, because now you're being confirmed that okay, this is what you are, and
We don't see it as the cure. Generally, societal
Right.
and the medical world as deemed that as the cure.
I
So
think
you're saying
I've watched
with
Shutter
schizo,
many
with
times.
schizo, you're saying, "Oh yeah, you're schizo." That's the cure.
No.
Because when you accept and
No, I don't
you accept
agree
this
with it.
schizophrenia.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying, let's go back X amount of years back. The
Jordan
schizo,
put his snappy boots on today, didn't he? Woo! Got a little light lamp and shit. His face is all lit up. Go ahead, snappy boot man. Go ahead. What, you got a ring light or something? Did you buy a ring light? What the
Yeah.
fuck? Seriously?
lids,
Okay, go ahead.
like disco lights and everything.
Go ahead. Do what you gotta do, man. Go.
No, but the schizo point is very good, Matthew. But you know this in history. Let's say 50 or 100 years ago, they would have maybe like taken away a piece of his brain to make him dormant. So it's constantly evolving. I don't think it is the cure. Yeah, straight. And there he goes. He goes bye-bye. Goes sleepy,
Nice.
sleepy. So that's what they did. And at the time, that was the cure. So they're wrong now. But in this moment, they seem like all the operations and changing them is the cure for now. that's also, well, science is always on the move. So even if you're wrong in the beginning, maybe you can get it right at the end. But for now, that's the cure that they're
Right, but
presenting.
someone that's schizophrenic or someone that has, well, depression's a little bit different, but someone that is schizophrenic using this in this argument usually does not know that they're schizophrenic.
Yeah.
They think that those people are real that are talking to them.
Oh
Very
yeah,
right.
but I'm saying we've evolved from like drilling through their nose into their brain to giving
No,
them
they
medication
still do
and
them.
locking them up.
They still do. It's just
Few.
micro lobotomies,
Yeah.
but not the old school way where they're
Yeah.
puncturing your frontal lobe type shit. Yeah, and it's usually not for that, and it's extreme circumstances. It's not. Yeah, it's interesting.
They used
Usually
to do
they medicate them.
No, they used to do it for depression or aggression.
Yeah.
Because you turn into a vegetable, sort of, afterward.
If that gets rid of the problem.
Yeah, if we're going to get into politics of it, the first the first Republican running on that notion. Listen, we gotta lobotomize all the alphabet people.
Dude,
I don't think it's
Republicans
gonna.
are doing bad. Republicans
Yeah.
in this country right now are doing really, really fucking bad, man. They're pushing this abortion shit hard, and you're pushing a lot of people away, and you're losing. You're actually physically losing. As much as people may agree with it, you got to shut up. You got to stop talking about. You just got to stop talking about abortion.
I think they need to pick the nationalist route in the sense that you gave X amount of millions to the Ukraine as well, and nothing to the people in Maui, whatever it was called. I think you need to attack that route, attack immigration and spending correctly, not giving all the money away to some backwater country.
That's the
and focus
problem.
on your
Is
own
that's what
bubble.
they're doing, but no one gives a shit about that. No one.
That's your own people.
It doesn't matter.
Come first.
Nobody cares about that. They care about the hot topic, which is abortion.
Yes.
Nobody cares about immigration. Nobody cares about the money.
Nope.
And then make it pro-choice and close the argument. Done.
I agree. That's what Republicans, or either that or do what Trump said and said, listen, I'm not going to put any laws. I'm not for or against it. I know what this, that's one of the smartest things Trump said is I know what this will cause if I put my 2 cents in. So I'm just not going to say anything. And then that's it. But a lot of Republicans, governors, senators, they're all trying to speak on it. And then you're not getting your seat. So something to tell you, you gotta, I don't know, say, here's your opinion on it. I'm not. And if you do have to pick a side, I hate to say this, if you want to keep that spot, you're gonna have to agree pro-choice.
Yep.
Is there anyone strictly, like even in the group or in chat, just strictly against it? Because I have some stipulations in my mind, but if I have to,
you're talking about abortion
one or the other, it's got to be pro. Because
let me get an H1 in the chat for anybody that is 100% against abortion. 100% with 0 stipulations. 100%.
I won't attack your argument. I'm going straight to the person.
Nice. Ad hominem.
I don't know. I think even the people that are pro-choice do have stipulations for. I can't see anybody doing anything wrong with that.
What do you want the stipulations for though? Like for what?
Because I have this sense that it can be used. It's not an easy decision. It's not, and I feel like people would use it willy-nilly. And I don't like using that word, but it is. You need some stipulation. It can be used as an anti-conception method. The day before,
what's the problem?
I have some problems with that. The day before?
But if it's your choice, right? Well, then it's not born yet, right?
See, but here's the I truly believe in it's your choice, babe. The issues you're having now, and it's becoming a societal problem, is yes, it becomes a discussion point if there's actually taxpayers' money involved. If it's not, and everyone's paying for their abortion, go ahead, do whatever you want. The problem is if there's money from the state or federally going to that procedure, now you're opening it up for everyone. Now everyone gets a say in it.
Fine,
That's
I agree
the
with
problem. Remove
Okay.
it. Remove it. There's no taxpayers' money involved, and then you all get your pro-choice. You pay for whatever you want.
that. But then people will tell you, hold on, I want to do it, but I can't afford it. But I also can't afford to have it. You
Well,
understand what
then
I'm saying?
be smarter. A condom
And
isn't
that's gonna be
as expensive anymore. There's lots of options to it.
You can get condoms for free in the States.
So you're lazy.
No, it's because they don't want to. They'd rather raw dog it,
and
or
what's
they would
paid.
drunk.
That's going
Or-
to be the majority of
I
people.
think more people, I think all teenagers that have a proactive sex life should all get vasectomies.
Yes, I've been saying
And if-
this.
Look, you want to, that is a permanent fix. Like you can do whatever you like.
Yeah. And you won't get drafted. You can eat your caramel apples. You can just do whatever you want.
You do whatever you want to do. There's nothing that's going to stop you.
No, but honestly though, that is a great way of doing it. You snip them when they turn, right after they turn 13, 14 years old.
Oh, I don't know about that. Because some kids aren't active at their. They have to have booty knocking under their belts. I mean, we can't just
Fine.
line
Well-
13-year-olds up at the hospital to get, snipping.
So then 18 years old. Once they turn
Wait a
18,
minute. Wait. Hold on. That's rich coming from a guy that said that he wanted a vasectomy. He never got one.
I haven't gotten it yet.
Because
Yes.
you're a fucking pussy. And you're a grown-ass man.
Same.
But I'm not doing anything that's, hitting the taxpayers by going with abortions or anything like that. I'm
So,
not
but
charging.
what-
Nice.
So what do you do then? Is old girl on birth control?
Yeah, she's on birth control.
That's
pull out.
fair. That's fair. So why don't you go on birth control?
I didn't think of it.
Oh, maybe she doesn't like all the hormones that it puts through her body.
Maybe.
You're okay with that?
If you didn't complain about it, then it's not an issue, right?
I guess.
Watch out.
What I'm trying to get at, though, is number one, you won't have any teen pregnancies. You won't have people going, oops, I had a kid by accident and ruining their lives, or how they think that they ruined their lives, or they lost their opportunity to go here, go there because of kids and everything like that. So I think it's more of a plus than it is a negative.
For a split second, because that solution could make sense, especially because general society's IQ is going down rapidly. But I did see you in like a getup and like the snip fairy. You come around 14, 15-year-olds when they're sleeping and boop.
Why haven't you done it, Spade? I remember you asking me about it years ago.
I really wanted to, because I wanted to do it during COVID when it happened. But when I made the appointment and the doctor said, oh, because of COVID, we're closed. And then I just, like, the appointment was for then. And then after that, they canceled on me because of COVID. And it never dawned upon me to redo another appointment or anything like that. I had the appointment.
Why don't you do it, Jordan?
She's not taking birth control, and I have no idea what's it called in
Sponge?
English. Yeah, something like that.
A dental
So,
dam?
like, yes, she has the dental dam.
Oh, she does? She uses the dental dam? Oh. It's like those little poppers we had as kids, the little plastic things. You gotta push it, put it on the table, and it pops up in the air. That's nice.
And now, I mean, that's the last one. Hasn't she had menopause? No, not yet. For the last 13 years, I've had a fairly rational, less emotional person as my sidekick, which is nice. No, not yet. But this is the
I think
last
it's the
time
best
she got
thing I've
it
ever
renewed.
done. It is by far the best thing I've ever done. I would never go back. It is fantastic. It does no birth control, no nothing. Just oops, there it is.
That's it.
I never thought about it. Maybe I'll get it, but then I'll wait until I get a professional to do it, not this peasant country.
Mm.
That's so
Well, what's
annoying.
the worst that could happen in that peasant country?
I end up with 3 balls.
Oh shit!
They're gonna add one.
How
How are they adding it?
That's cool.
Who lost one that they added it to you?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
I'd say ending up with no balls.
Oh, yeah. Well, would that be the worst thing?
Well, you wouldn't create testosterone anymore, so.
Well, can't you just
yeah.
take tablets or something for that?
Well, yeah,
I feel
you
like
can
I know
take-
somebody that did that, or said that they did
Oh.
that and didn't really do it. I
Yeah.
don't know. I might be confusing with somebody else. I don't know.
Yeah, but that
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but you.
rough top months ago, maybe. You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can't remember. the
Yeah,
name.
I remember doing it. It was so great. I can't tell. There's never a question of she might be pregnant. You know, it's never an option. There is that possibility too that it can reverse itself, but
What are the chances?
One
slim,
Slim.
extremely slim, depending on how much they cut and burn. Like mine, they cut and burn
Okay.
2 inches, so one vas deferens is like all the way up past my penis, so it ain't gonna reconnect.
They're not gonna find their way.
So there's better chance of somebody who's on birth control getting pregnant.
Absolutely.
That being reversed than that being reversed.
Yeah, yeah. It's easy also to reverse vasectomy. It's not as difficult as what it used to be.
You want to do it together, Spade?
When you come down, let's do it.
Yes. And I'll get the snip as well because I'm already there. Why not?
It's
Let's get
only
it
like
modified.
$250, $300, right? $350 or something. I think it is now.
You guys can hold each other's hands.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
Just
We can do it together, Jordan.
just look into my eyes. It's gonna be all over soon.
Well, the last thing you want to hear the doctor go is, oops.
The good thing is let's just say that your significant other wants a child and you don't. You can go get it done, and she would never know the difference. You could pretend like everything is good, even the day of. They tell you to wait a couple days, get a couple loads out to clean out your system. Not me. Mm-mm.
And then you come home and you got the, honey, guess what? I'm pregnant.
I'm gonna be like, it's
baby.
not mine.
Or you just wait the
Your
9
bag.
months. No, just I've always
Bye.
wanted that, to be with a girl, and she's like, "Oh, I'm pregnant with your baby. Oh, that's so great. I'm so happy." And then why didn't you show up to your baby getting delivered? Because it's not my baby. Yes, it is. No, it's not.
Here's the paperwork
over.
to prove it's not.
Yeah, it's over. Let's do a
But then you
DNA
have to
test
deal
real
with
quick.
right, but then you have to deal with a pregnant woman for 9 months. Do you really want to go through that hassle?
Oh, it's worth it.
Oh yeah.
It'd
just,
be worth it.
Just to show up when she had the baby.
Oh,
Like,
so
guess
worth
what? Guess what? You're moving out.
You and Tommy over here are now on the street, so just putting that out there. Yeah, I think it's good. It's good stuff.
I gotta go home, honey. When she's in the hospital, gotta go home. Set up the baby
Change
room.
the locks. Got lots of stuff to do.
Gaming room.
So you're pro-choice then, Jordan?
Yeah.
And you're pro-choice, Matthew?
Yeah, with
You're
Yeah, but
pro-choice
you
or you're
can't.
not?
You have to pick one. You have
It's
to pick
pro-choice.
one. I'm
You're
gonna-
pro-choice, and Spade, you're pro-choice?
Yep.
But then you guys are all pro-capital punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes no fucking sense. None. 0 cents. 0.
That's the beauty of an opinion, right?
Not really. A life is a life, right?
Right. Life is a life. So
Yeah. If you're pro-choice, they can end the life, and if you're pro
Yeah, but
death
they didn't
penalty,
create the life to end it. One is the
Yeah.
person created the life and is ending it. The other one is someone's decision is ending it, and you didn't create that person.
Well, I'm not ending it. It's the people that created it that want the choice.
But you
to end
support it.
it. No, I don't support it.
You just said you're
Yeah, I'm
Pro
giving
capital
the
punishment.
option to. It depends on the situation, but if I have to pick an extreme, I'd rather not eliminate the choice of having it. There's only two options, and I don't want to eliminate it completely, so I give the pro-choice. I have lots of stipulations to it, but I have to pick one of the extremes, then I'm going pro. That's why I'm exactly the same with capital punishment. If it's not necessary, then you don't use it. But I rather
who
have the
decides
option.
whether it's necessary?
that's the whole issue.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
A
You end up in
panel
an
of
endless
6 people
discussion.
or 12 people, and then some final ruler? That's the decider? What are
That's
you,
how we're
God?
doing it now. No,
Well,
but someone has to.
Who,
that's why
why?
they have the 12 people, right? That's to share
if you-
blame. So it's not one person.
Yeah, it's like the same thing with what is it called? Where they shoot a firing squad. They two
Yeah.
people don't get they get blanks, so no one thinks. Well, then you know that it's wrong, right? if you're setting up a failsafe, then you know, or you need other people. You know it's wrong.
Yeah, both of them are wrong.
That's what I'm saying to you. So then,
Yeah.
if
Sharing of the blame thing.
Yeah.
Sharing of the blame thing. That's an old thing because it's in the Torah somewhere as well. If one man hits another man with a stick and he dies, the guy who hit him with the stick is responsible. It's on his soul. If 12 or 20 people each hit him with a stick and he doesn't die straight away, but the 20th guy that hits him kills him, it's not his fault because they all took a little bit.
right, same thing in the States. Sure, it's the same thing. But who's to decide that man's fate?
Society.
Well, in your cases, you
I can
guys
see
are
the
all
point.
part of society because all of you agree with it.
You're doing the same thing. It's hypocritical. I can see that the hypocritical thing about it. You're doing the same thing that you are mad at that person about doing, and you're doing it yourself because you're
right.
killing them.
But you're looking at it from a point of view as in it's justice because you went out of your way to kill that person. For example, you killed that person. Now you should have the same ramifications done to you.
But Spade? But that's still.
I'm not
still
disagreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. I do agree with you on that part. But at that point, it's like, well, if nobody is here to govern us, then we have to self-govern, right? So that's what we came up with.
And then again, in war, you also take lives.
Right.
It's a little different. It's either you or me.
Yeah, that's kind of
It's you or me,
at that point.
bro.
Okay.
That's
You can
different.
look at
That's
it
like
from
two people get into a fight, and it's either you kill me or I kill you. Like that's
But
it.
what if that person that killed somebody came after you?
Take that a step further. You can take it a step further. I agree with what you said. It's you or me. But then you could say if you have a serial killer, it's also you or me or somebody I know.
Right.
Because I'm going to stop him
That's
from ever doing it to anybody else or me or my family. You can take it.
Why is
to
it
that
so
route as
extreme
well.
with you? It's one extreme or the other. Look,
Oh man.
if you that's not how that works. If a serial killer is out killing people, catch the man, put him in a cage, give him nothing, let him do whatever he's got to do, but he's in that cage forever. That's more of a punishment than taking his life.
Yeah, but then
You
you have
have to
people
give 'em a right.
inhumane.
Here, put it like this. We were all kids once, right? Oh, we were all kids. If you say no to this, I don't know how you're here. But so we're all kids and we went outside and we played. Now, your parent says, you can't go outside. You're grounded for 6 months. And all you can do is look at all your friends playing. Would you rather have done that or not been around to see it? Probably not been around to see it because it's just making you angry for 6 months. You don't think it pisses somebody off that they're going to stay alive for 60 fucking years behind bars than it just get rid of their life?
I
Yeah, but
agree with
What's
you.
more of a punishment?
Right.
You
but
don't
the
think
first-
Manson? Look at Manson. My man never killed anybody. Never killed anybody. Every time he went in for parole, denied. If he really, truly didn't mind it, why would you go for parole? You just hang out. Free food, free bed,
Right.
the
But that's the
notoriety,
problem.
infamous.
The problem is that the prison system is a joke. There is no actual
Regardless.
no actual punishment. The
The punishment is you can't go outside. That is the punishment.
what if he was an introvert? He doesn't care if I don't
Okay,
go.
then don't go for parole then.
But you're supposed to go in for parole. You can't
No,
deny
because
parole.
sometimes you don't get no parole. No chance of parole.
Right.
But Jay, then you're also making a stipulation. You're saying put him in a cage. He never gets out of the cage. That's a stipulation.
Well, up to 20 years or whatever the jury decides. Well, ultimately the judge can overrule the jury, but
Everything.
yeah. So regardless, but if let's just say that he's 20 years and he goes 20 years, I just don't know if taking a life is the answer. I don't think it is. Yeah, you remove the problem. Okay, fine, I got it. But you also remove the problem by not taking his life.
But then you also have to make sure that he's uncomfortable for the rest of his life. In my
You don't think
opinion.
him being in jail for 55 years is uncomfortable? Have you spent a
enough.
week in jail, Matthew?
No. Look
Okay,
at the
your
jail here.
jails.
That's not enough. That's not a deterrent. Like I said it
US
before,
jails.
jails make it go back to it being a deep, a dingy, dark
Like a
dungeon.
dungeon. You saying put him in a dungeon.
Yeah,
Mm,
no social media, no TV, no
water and
visitation.
stale bread.
Agree.
Water is still bread
I don't know about a
and
dungeon
cocaine.
though. Like, let's not treat him like an animal. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Why not? Why not?
You still have human rights.
If you would, I'm willing to
You
bet
still
if
have
you were
human
to
rights.
Yeah, but if you were to revert to that, it would become a deterrent. You're saying not. There's not even
No,
a
the
key.
only way it would become
You're
a
just gonna weld
deterrent.
the door shut. You're never coming out of there.
No. The only way it would become a deterrent is if the public could see that's what he's going through. They would have to visually see it, not just
Sell
know
tickets.
about it.
Sell tickets for the stale bread and to pay for stale bread.
Sure, agree. I don't think that
Two-way
we should
mirror.
take away basic human rights, though. Mail, food.
Depending on
they
how
have
severe the crime is.
There you go with
have
that
food.
severe shit again. You kill
At
somebody, you
certain
kill
time,
somebody.
I
I don't know what could be more severe than that.
Multiples.
But then there's the old saying of an eye for an eye, right? So if you killed someone, you get killed. If you pop somebody's nose, they pop your nose.
That's
Then again-
God. That's not people.
And then you got the other one. Turn the
It's
other
open
cheek.
to interpretation because of the way the languages were different back then, and today we're looking at it from a different perspective.
Then you
because-
can't say an eye for an eye, Spade, because maybe that's not what it means. Maybe it's a
Exactly.
toenail for a fingernail.
Maybe you're absolutely right. I agree with you on that. I don't know. Sure.
That's
I
fine.
think
I'll be the oddball out here. I don't mind.
It's not oddball. I wish I could be that, but I'm not. I want to be more strict because if you look at a society as a whole, which is horrible to look at, we've gone softer and softer. And you even post the idea of torture, visual
Yes.
execution back.
Yes,
That
yes.
would work as a deterrent. But now going more soft, look at what society has become as we become more compassionate, be more soft. It's pulling us the completely opposite of what we want to be. So we have to go more strict. We have to.
But more
And if
strict
that-
is not taking a life.
Oh,
That's
that
not
is-
more strict. No, it's not.
It is, right? If you're giving me 20 years in jail, or you decide, okay, you killed the
You're
life,
removing
we're gonna
the
have
problem.
you executed.
Yeah.
No,
He's
it's
not
still,
suffering.
it's-
Jay's what I get of it is, if you leave him alive and you make him suffer for 60 years,
Yes!
that's worse than ending his life. He's not gonna know.
Absolutely. Because he knows in 2
Agreed.
weeks, like there's people that get to death row, right? Like get death sentence. They don't even want appeals. They're just like, put me in, I'm ready to go. The earliest we can schedule this is 1 week. Perfect. Like that has been documented. That, to me, that person, I'd say, no, you don't get that. We're going to handcuff you to a wall. That's what you want? We're not going to give you that. You don't get what you want anymore. I'm going to give you the opposite. So if you come up in a court and you're like, yeah, I'll take the death row, I'm ready to go, champ. Okay, tough guy. Now you don't get it for 28 years. That's when we can schedule you. 28 years out. I don't
then the
feel like that's
punishment could-
tort. That's not, you're removing the issue. That's if a kid, let me put this in a different perspective. A kid, right, is on the phone. Well, Matthew, you have a kid, okay? Your kid is on the phone, and you take the phone away. Do you remove the problem?
no.
No, you have to teach the kid not to be on the phone.
The question, do you remove the problem? Yes or no?
Yeah, in a certain way you do.
You do? You don't think your kid is going to go somewhere else where there's another phone?
That's why I
So
say
you don't
yeah.
remove the problem. You remove
Nope.
the immediate issue. It's the same fucking thing with a life. You're not going to stop people from killing. You might stop him from killing, sure. But if he's locked up for 60 years, you're also going to stop him from killing. And then
So, but
someone in
then
jail is
instead of-
probably going to handle that anyway. Like Dahmer. Someone's probably going to...
So
take
instead
care
of
of the work.
giving a person a life sentence, you could change that sentence and just take away all their human rights instead of a death sentence.
What is your human right? What do you define as human rights?
Everything that every person thinks he's entitled to, or that is guaranteed.
Give
under
me
whichever
your
law you
definition
Food.
of what...
Food.
Like word. No, I'm Matt. No, Matthew. Give me your definition. Give me 3 examples or 5 examples.
Basic
of
rights, food, drink. If somebody does to you, you can do something or go to court or whatever. So you're not considered a human being anymore. You have no rights whatsoever. Everybody can do whatever they want, and you can't complain.
The basic
And you
necessities.
can
of
put him
Right,
in,
but it
you
doesn't
can
do
put him in a
anything.
cage. 60
No,
years.
there's more
here's
than
the cage.
it's just more. It's more than that, Spade. What did you say? Food,
I know, but I'm
shelter,
saying
and what?
that these are the necessities: food, shelter, and clothing. Those are the
And
3
mail.
basic.
And mail.
Right. Okay. But I'm just saying, like, if you took away those things, though, I would be okay with not doing the death penalty. Because if you gave him, if he or she had to run around butt naked, they only got barely 5 meals a week, then that's punishment. I'm okay with not killing a person, not doing capital
That's what I'm
punishment.
talking about.
Right. But the prison today does not do that. They give
Okay,
you
but the
more.
prison does a little bit of that and says 60 years.
But it goes nicely with the premise. You killed the person. So the person you killed, he can't receive the mail anymore. He can't watch TV anymore. He can't eat
Right.
whatever he likes anymore. He can't watch out of the window anymore. You ended that person. So why should you still have those rights? You shouldn't. And there shouldn't be an organization like Amnesty or whatever going, oh, you're violating his rights? No. You ended the life. You
What
ended
if?
the person.
Better question. Okay, fine. So fine, we go with the death penalty, right? You go with death penalty. Oh, you did this. You're gonna die. So they get the death penalty, and you find out it wasn't them. Then what? Then what?
But
Then
that's
what?
why-
No. Then what? Not that's
Yeah,
why there's this.
you-
Then what? Who's responsible now?
Who is responsible? The people who put him in death row.
Right. Now, if he was never on death row and you found out with the DNA, which I'm sure there'll be something even in the future, right? Whatever, cameras or something that they pull up and they find out that person's, this has happened, I'm sure.
Happened.
People have been put to death that were innocent. There
That were wrong,
has to be. So,
There is.
okay. Well, if you didn't have the death penalty, that would have never happened.
But you could
Yes.
still put him out of the cage.
What do
Even
you
if
mean?
it's been in there for 10 years, he's gonna be screwed up in the head, but you could still get him out of the cage.
Yeah, but
Sorry,
he
dude,
gets a
found
fat
some
fucking
evidence. It's not
paycheck.
you.
Anybody
Bye.
that gets locked up and they're found not guilty, oh buddy, they won the
They get
lottery.
paid.
And oh
Yeah.
my God, you and your family don't ever have to work. That one dude that just recently, whatever, Texas, wherever that was, $96 million? Yo, okay. All right. Well,
Sure.
look, I'll go do jail time for 10 years for 96 million. There's a lot I would do to win the lottery right now. For $96 million, I could chalk up 10 years. So, okay. Not saying that that's what you're going to get, but either way, you take somebody's life, you remove that out of the equation. Oh, well. It works for the greater good. It doesn't stop people from killing people. It doesn't do anything. You just remove that person. And the argument of that it's going to create a debt, I know we've went over this before on Outside Society. I think it's just such a stupid fucking argument. We're over here sending money to different countries that we don't give a shit about. So please don't talk to me about the debt of prisoners. Please. And that's where I'll be liberal. I'll be Democratic there. I just don't feel like that's the answer. I don't. I also don't feel that 60 years in jail's the answer. I feel like torture the fucking person for what they've done, let them go on their way.
Yes, that I will agree with that 110%. Do that, and then
You
you'll
got to
see-
have proof, though. You got to have 100%. Like, not eyewitness. You need solid proof, man, without a shadow of a doubt. Boom.
But isn't that even worse if you got the wrong person than the death penalty?
At least they're alive. Would you rather be
but-
dead?
but-
Would you rather be dead and not be around, or have no legs and not be around?
We
But
can
you-
give you
you-
new legs.
But now you're going into a society where you've been in jail for X amount of time and you've been tortured, and now you can't be part of that system anymore. It's going to take you forever. And at some point, most of these people, they do the same shit all over again just so they could go back to prison because they feel safer in there than they
Is
do
that
in
I have to stop you, Spade. Is that a furry dick in the corner of your screen? What is that?
So,
No, that's Jax's paw.
that's just mine. Hello?
Oh, it's not a dead cat. Oh.
Hello.
Well, regardless, I feel that would work a whole lot better than keeping somebody in jail for 60 years. Torture, problem fixed. If there is no torture, look, when people say you get life, a lot of people think you spend the rest of your life in jail. You don't. It's 25 years.
30
Yeah,
years.
25 years. That's it. That everywhere. Look it up. That's not life.
That doesn't seem long enough.
No, but that's why you get those stupid sentences like, oh, life and 200 years without parole. Because you can
Yeah, but they
convert to
don't do
life
that over
sentence,
a year.
but then you still have to do the 200 years.
Right.
So
And you
you're
ain't
never
making it
getting
out.
out.
Even if they deduct a year for every day you
Nope.
work, you still ain't getting out, bro. Like that's
Nope.
See,
What
I
are we,
think
the
me and
most-
Matthew have that problem because we've seen a lot of people getting out earlier and then just do the same thing over and over again because our justice system is lacking. So if I have to pick one of the extremes, pro-choice or eliminating the choice, I'll go rather hard and just put them away for life, but then it's life. It's not 10 years you've been a good boy, go ahead.
Yeah, I
It's
also
life.
agree. I also agree. If you get 20 years, you're doing 20 years.
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah, but I've been eating my peas and my vegetables every day. No. 20 years.
I mean, the argument could be said as if someone is in there and they're doing a job that we could pay somebody to do, or they're doing it, we should give them something. I mean, because that's typically what I mean. They're doing, instead of us having to hire a janitor, we got Jackson or George doing the shit, and it's no problem.
I give him an
We
extra food
time
stamp.
away.
I mean,
Yeah, you
an
could give them
food
extra
stamp.
food, sure, something, but that costs you money. The argument is that it costs us nothing. That's why I said the organs are fine. Donate an organ. You want to take 10 years off your life? Give me a kidney. Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
We're good.
Or instead of giving him an extra food stamp, you go, oh, you've got these skills? You're going to use them in this jail. If you don't, we're gonna take away from your food.
That's how they do it, like in Malaysia and Indonesia. I was watching World's Toughest Prisons that you don't have an option whether or not you want to work. If we knew that you willed, guess what you're gonna do when you come to jail?
Well,
And you don't get time off
well,
for it. Like you're gonna go weld. No, I'm not. Yeah, you are. No, I'm not. Boom. Okay. Who else says that they can't weld?
Well.
Is there anybody else? Anybody else got any
willing to learn.
questions?
I like to learn.
I'll pick it up. I'll learn it. I'll learn it. You were a garbage man, weren't you? No. Boom. Next. Yeah, that's it. Just remove the problem. Yeah, I don't think that is the end all meets all. I used to, not anymore. That's over for me.
How about
I've
if you
changed.
get a death sentence, it can be converted, but then not like 30 years. You're never coming out.
Oh, give the option to the prisoner. Like we said, we'll let the victims decide. He gets to decide. You either stay alive and you spend the last day in prison, or you get to opt out. You decide your death sentence, how you want to take it.
Do they get a choice though? I thought the argument is that they don't get a choice.
Oh no, we're going the opposite then. We're going the opposite. That's the punishment. So you give me the choice. I'll take the easy way out then.
So you say 300 years or death sentence. That's your two options.
Yes, and you give the prisoner the illusion of choice. So he picks, I don't like to spend the rest of my life in prison. I'll take the death sentence. And the person that picks the death sentence gets the 300 years in prison. And the other way around. That's how you get them.
I don't have a problem with that.
Me neither.
No,
We're going to
I'm
have
gonna
a
say
lot
taxes, man. So many people argue taxes, taxpayers' money. What the fuck you really think this is gonna change your taxes?
No, not
Does
only
anybody
that.
actually look at their taxes?
Here's $5 back.
Yes.
No. You'll never get that back. If they reduce that, let's say tomorrow we start killing everyone in a prison system. So there's only empty prison systems. You think the government is going to call you up? Hey, we got like $2,000 with your name on it in taxes that we got from you. We don't need it. We'll send it back to you. That's not going to happen. They're going to spend it on someone else. They're going to spend
Yeah,
it
and even
on
if
something
the argument
else.
is that the taxes go up or more prisoners, regardless, the taxes go up.
Yeah.
Please. That's so
You're going to send the money to some backwater country that you
Right.
want to give a water well to.
for their fish that they need to find in a river that went endangered, because that's really important. It's really important to find endangered fish.
For
To help the
transgender studies.
to help the trans community in Africa.
Yes.
We did that for Pakistan. The U.S. did that for Pakistan. They sent like $750 million.
That's nice.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's
And
cool.
then you give $700 to your actual citizens. That seems fair. Maybe you forgot the zero. Maybe it was a check for 7,000 and then Biden just misplaced the comma somewhere. That could happen. I see that happening.
Yeah, that prison system will never fix itself. Abortion will never fix itself. It's crazy too, because Roe v. Wade, when they got rid of that in 2022, you got states that still ignore it, that don't give a shit with the federal laws. They just don't care. Same thing with weed. They just don't give a shit. I don't care with the laws. We're our own state.
But it's still illegal.
Yeah, but
Yes.
those are all specific.
Federally,
laws.
it's still
I think-
illegal, right?
Yeah, but still, it doesn't matter with federally. It's a matter of
Marijuana is federally legal.
It's a
but
Schedule
still-
1 drug.
Yeah.
Schedule 1.
That also means if the feds come in, you're still going to prison.
Yes,
Yeah.
a federal prison, which is nice. Federal prisons are nice.
So,
As naive as it sounds, I think you could still run a campaign just based on let's put our own people first, and then we'll worry about the rest of the world. That's
Well, that was
a broad.
the original idea of what Trump wanted to do. That's why he kept saying "Make
That's not.
America
Oh,
Great Again."
yeah, but everyone perceived it to be racist. How is it racist to the label American? That's
Ad
very
hominem.
diverse. That's not the white male first. That's Americans as a whole first. So how that's perceived to be racist, I'll never understand that. Putting your country or nation first and then worry about the rest of the world, that seems logical. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, and we do it here, right, Jordan?
No, I'm not saying that, but that's also perceived to be that was one of the slogans, our people first, and that was considered racist. How is that racist? We have Belgians that are white, yellow, brown, whatever color you want to pick. The Smurfs are from Belgium. So all different colors. But putting the people, your own people first should be the baseline for every country.
Priority.
A priority, yes.
That's a basic thing. You're going to take care of your own before you take care of somebody you don't know.
That's what you
In
do with family,
family
people you
and-
care about.
But those countries wouldn't be those countries without immigrants, right?
You mean the U.S. or?
Whatever. You pick a country.
Yeah,
Belgium.
but taking immigrants in or sending massive amounts of money that you don't know how they're gonna invest it because their governments are completely corrupt seems foolish. That could bite you in the ass.
You think
because now
all
you're
governments are corrupt? All of them.
Yes,
Yeah.
most of them.
You think all governments are corrupt? All.
No, most of them. I think money and
I don't
power
think
always
dictatorships.
corrupts.
I don't think dictatorships are corrupt because
Oh, they are.
no, he's
How are they corrupt?
corrupt. He's like, I own this bitch. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no, no.
corrupt.
No, the guy isn't. But you're telling me the people that working under him, you can, as an outsider, pay them off and have a coup. It's been done before, so it's corruptible. it's always corruptible. Money can corrupt anyone.
I mean,
There's no
I don't know if
formula.
that's fair to say all governments are corrupt. All?
no,
I
Jeff-
think
No.
politicians in governments are
yes.
corrupt, not
I
the
used it wrong.
government.
I agree. I government is too general. Most politicians are corruptible. Yes, but then you end up with a
Agree.
corrupt government.
I don't know about
right?
government because that's pretty fucking written in stone. There's nothing that says you want. Well, there kind of is. That says if you don't want to go to jail, you pay $60,000. They're essentially telling you pay $60,000 for a lawyer, and then you don't go to jail. But I don't think the government. I think people are corruptible, not so
Yeah,
much.
So you're saying the
laws
rules of government are not corrupt. There's no rule
no,
saying,
true,
no.
you can
I
buy
do
your
not
way
know.
out of this.
No.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
there are some ways of that actually you can buy your way out of some stuff and it being legal. So
I think
the
with a
idea
lot of
of
money,
government.
you can circumvent a lot of stuff in this world.
money
The
don't
same
make you
rules do
happy. It
not-
just makes the world go around.
Yeah,
That's-
and the same rules do not apply to you.
Starting at a certain amount of money.
Yeah. It's in tiers. It's definitely in tiers.
We go back to the gold standard. Just remove money.
You'll be in trouble because there isn't enough bullion gold to do that. It used to be where for every dollar you'd have to have a counter value of gold in your federal reserves, but that's not a thing anymore. It's just an agreement. A certain percentage of your total capital has to be in gold. The rest are international agreements.
That's why we're
Yeah, I feel like
printing
when we
money.
handed all that money out to those countries, I don't think it was physical money. You know what I mean? I think it was just
No.
like a digital transaction.
Here's a
That's it.
suitcase.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was like that. It's just, oh, you want $750 million? Let's just,
What's the account
Couple of
number?
duffel
What's the account
bags.
number?
yeah, it's just
In a
a
van?
digital. It's not physical money. It's just a made up
So
number that is now real.
Or even more like, we'll take care of that. Send us the bill.
No, I don't think they did that. No, I think they just went into the computer and said, "Oh, we need 750." Okay, they typed in 750 into their bank account. Okay, now we have it, and let's send it out to
Right.
wherever
That's
it
what
needs.
that's what I think. I don't think it's actual.
No,
money.
it's just a made up. Yeah,
But that's what I wonder about. Now, is that a gift or is that a loan? And I don't expect you to get the money back, but let's say favors, like in the good old.
Well, wait, hold on a
times.
second. Let me stick up for America for a second. Let me stick up for the government. People say that we handed out, even I, in the beginning of this, but just giving this a little bit of thought, is it fucked up that we gave all this money to these countries? Now, automatically, we say yes. We all said yes. We shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
At the same time, look how much we're in debt. So we don't have a problem when other countries give us money, but when we give it back to them, it's unacceptable.
who gave us money?
Look at America's debt, bro.
Yeah, I see America's debt.
What is it,
Is anybody-
$1.35 trillion just in China?
Just
So
to
we
be
owe
sure.
that much to China.
But are you giving the money? The money you're giving is to a country you have debt to.
I'm sorry, $33 trillion. So we start
Oh.
handing out money to these other countries, it's not that big of a deal. So we're saying that we should be Indian givers. Just take the money and just...
We did this during a stream or something. There's not enough cash in the world to be able to pay that off.
Yeah, so it's not bad that we gave this money out. They already gave it to us, so when we needed the money from them, we got it. So now we're giving it back. It's unacceptable? Nah, don't give it back. Wow, that's fucked up. Just...
No, but it is kind of
Depends.
bad business to get a loan from one country and then give that money to another country. So you're paying off a loan because you gave it to another country. That's kind of bad business.
Yeah, that's what I initially asked. Was it a gift or is it a loan? Because you guys are in debt, but that means that you're gonna have to pay it off somehow, or at least.
There ain't
put
no
the
way you
dent
ever
in the
paid
debt.
off $33
No.
trillion.
No.
You
but I
can't
mean-
even type that into your bank account. I don't think it'll allow you to add that many zeros. That's a lot of zeros, man. What is that? 12 zeros? Yeah. 3, 6, 9 is a million. 12 is a billion. So it's 15 zeros?
Whew.
Oh! Holy shit. That's a lot of money.
Well, must be nice if you have to do the landscape thing on your phone so you can see the entire thing on your bank account. To be honest.
Can you even type that big of a digit on a phone? I don't think you
In the
can.
phone you can now. I think in the phone you can now.
And the calculator app?
Yeah.
Probably.
Really?
15?
Oh no.
I don't
You
think
can go
so.
E and another number.
No.
No, that would be if the
1,
number's
5,
too big.
1,
Hold on.
2, 3.
330 million. That's the max.
Yeah, it says can't add. My phone says can't enter more than 15 digits.
Yeah. That's when it's.
Yeah, but do that times 100. Do the 15 digits and do that times 100.
Yeah, you could only do 3, 6, 9. It's a million, billion. No, yeah, you can. That's 1.5 gazillion.
Yeah, because you went landscape. Hold on.
That's
let me
what
go.
I'm talking about. But you can't go any more than that. It won't let you. There's room for zeros, but it won't
Oh, it
let
won't?
me add. It won't, like, if I click 0, it's done. There's no more. So you could do, what's after trillion? Gazillion? Zillion? What's after billion, trillion,
Quadrillion.
quadrillion?
Yes. And then a quintillion, and then a
Quintillion.
sextillion.
Yeah.
Nice. So there's room for more debt.
Oh, no, after billion, trillion, quadrillion, quintillion, sextillion. Oh my God. Yeah, so you can't go. So you could go to quadrillion on the phone and landscape. You'll never have $33 trillion to give out. So when people complain about taxes, just remember all the money that we took from other people. You'd rather us not pay them back? Or you don't like that argument? No, I don't pay them back. We don't have anything to do with that debt. Okay. You like your roads done though, right? Okay. All right. Oh. And stop complaining about your taxes. How do you think rich people feel? You think they want to pay all those taxes? No. And guess what?
They do.
Pay them. Yeah.
Or they pull a, they hire a whole bunch of accountants to.
Well, look at the other way. I'd be happy to have to pay $1 million in taxes every year if I have the money according to that. What would it take for you to have to pay $1 million?
$40 million a year.
I wouldn't mind paying $1 million then.
I'm spitballing, but maybe $40 million. If you made $40 million in 1 year, you would probably pay.
Would you, at that
You'd
point,
pay
would you
more than
mind
that.
if you make 40 million? Would you mind
37%, bro. You'd pay up to
37%.
37%. More than a million. Less than 40 million.
Less, yeah.
Yeah, you make 15 million. You pay $1 million in taxes. Easy.
That's
Easy.
it. There you go. 15 million. Even still, 15 million. That's a lot of money. I can't.
Yeah, but
I don't think I
every
can
year.
spend that in a year.
Couldn't
but if
care
you're
less if
working
I have to
really
pay $1
hard,
million.
That
then.
means that the government has earned 50 million on your head. What did they do? I'm all for.
Yeah, that. I
paying
agree. That is a
taxes.
lot. That's a lot.
The problem is then, just like with everything, that's the way I think about it with the abortion and all that. Now I'm a taxpayer. You better make sure that the roads next to my house are in pristine condition.
Agree.
Because
Agree.
I'm coming for my money back.
Agree. Yeah, because I have a problem when I realize that the city is taking all these tax money and then nothing is happening. What are you doing with it? I totally agree. Totally agree. If you're paying off other countries and you're truly doing that and debt's going down, I mean, I don't agree with it because it happened before me, and I don't think I should suffer for some other shit that somebody else did. Right? Because we all agree on that we shouldn't be punished from what happened from our ancestors.
Right.
That ain't my fucking
It's
problem.
the father.
And
That's what it is.
basically,
The
we're
sin of the
paying
father.
reparations for some shitty decisions that George Washington made. That's not cool, man. Like, that's I don't want shit to do with Mr. Wooden Teeth, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point. We shouldn't have to pay. Yeah, but you can't get around. You could get around taxes. You could not pay them if you so choose. You could, 100%. That's fine. The government will figure out how much. You won't go to jail for not paying taxes. I just want to make that clear. You will not. They'll send you a bill every year with the amount of money that they see. How do I know this?
With interest.
Because I deal with this every fucking year. They will say, look, you said you made this much. Now, we don't know if it's a clerical error or not. We got this much. Show us proof that you made this much. It's not that I lied. I didn't do it. My accountant did. All right. We're basing it off of this. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? And if you never file taxes, they're just going to send you a bill every year, and then you'll pay interest on all of that you owe. The IRS is a debt collection agency. That's what it is.
Yep.
It's just a
They will come
version of it. Yeah, but you'll never go to jail. Just don't lie about
Only
it.
if you lie.
Don't lie
Once
about
you lie, that's it. You're screwed.
If you say I don't have any money to pay, we see your bank accounts. Like we have it, sir, Mr. Gurfey. We see your bank account. We're logged into your account right now. We see how much money you have. You don't have $20 to pay us?
They could freeze your bank account.
Absolutely,
they
they
freeze your
can.
bank account, and you
Absolutely.
can't
They
take
put a
any
levy
money
on
out.
it. They put a levy on it.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone can actually oppose taxes. There has to be taxes. There's
Yeah.
no other way.
There are presidents in our lifetime that have tried to run. It's called something where there's no taxes. I think Cruz mentioned it, Ted Cruz, when he first started. It's a certain thing where you don't pay any government taxes at all. The government still gets money, but it's based off of things that the government would create. It's called something. It's very interesting. They've tried it. It just nobody in the government is going to want you to be president because nobody's getting paid. So, yeah, it's one of those things. I'm sure that's everywhere you go. You're going to pay taxes. Even if you buy gasoline, you're paying taxes.
But then the entitlement in me just seems like, okay, I'm a quadrillion millionaire, whatever it's called. If I'm paying that much taxes, I want everything around me to be in pristine condition.
If you're at that point, though, you got your own island. You ain't living anywhere in the
Yeah.
States. You built your own infrastructure like Epstein did. He just said, I'm just going to go buy an island and bring people to it and do
That
bad
was his
things.
mistake. That was his mistake. Don't invite people over. That's always a
You
mistake.
should just stay to
Wait,
yourself,
how do you think
man.
how do you think he funded that stuff? Every time these people went there, they paid. They didn't go there for free. They were paying. It was
Tell
like
that to
going to
people
a
that come to
resort.
my house and want to eat my food and not give me anything. I have people that come to my party and they're like, oh, you going to feed me shrimp and lobster and filet mignon? And all I got to do is give you a high five? Yeah, because filet mignon grows on the tree in the backyard. I just pick it whenever I want it.
Filet tree.
Filet tree. That's nice.
Nice.
Sounds
It's right next to the
expensive.
money tree.
Yeah.
Oh, you need $100. What was that thing that they said that if you were to stack, what is it, $100 bills? Or a dollar bill where you could stack it, it goes to the moon and back and it's only $1 million or something like that?
It's
It has to be more than $1 million, and it has to be singles. There's no way that it could sing.
Wait, I remember seeing this. Dollar bills are just the moon is thus it would take the moon stacking dollar bills would require 384,000. So if you stacked dollar bills from here to the moon, it would only do $3.84 trillion. That's not even enough for us to pay our debt. 3.84 trillion. Let that sink in.
Who's gonna get paid to do that?
Now, if you did it by $10, we'd be all right.
Yeah.
And how do you stabilize? How do you stabilize that stack of money?
Yeah, right.
You're licking it. You're gonna have raw ass fingers in about 10 minutes. Did you guys ever hear about the space elevator? This is gonna sound so crazy.
Yeah.
No.
Of course you did, Matthew. Of course you did.
So what's the space
And
elevator?
stairs as well.
So you
Stairs.
could take an elevator from Earth to the moon.
Me right
No.
now.
That's not a space
Yes,
elevator.
that's-
Will?
No, that's the space elevator that Google tried to invent. Yes. Google it. Yes.
You can put a satellite in orbit, right? And have it connected to the Earth via
No.
cable, and have an elevator, which would mean that you don't need rocket fuel to get into
Okay, that's not what I'm talking
outer
about.
space.
That's not.
And then
No.
that's the classical space elevator.
No. You didn't even let me fucking finish. Are you done, Lance? You done?
Yes, sir.
You done? All right, let me try this again. So if you Google space elevator, Google and look it up. So Google wanted to do this, where the problem is the reason why they couldn't do it is because it's too top heavy. The base would not be able to be mounted on anything because it would collapse. That's a real thing.
Really?
It's in Project X Google space elevator. It's not to a satellite. It could be to anywhere. It's just once it gets so far into the atmosphere, it kind of falls over. Do you want me to pull it up and show you, Matthew?
No. I'll look at it later.
Okay,
I believe you.
it's not that difficult to find. They never made it. It's just the argument that they were thinking about. This is the same people that did teleportation, by the way. I don't know what the fuck Google is doing with their money. Where you're looking to teleport people to the moon? How did you build the teleportation up there to begin with? It's just kind of floating up there. You just I'm ready to go to Mars, take a trip like Willy Wonka in a chocolate factory.
That would be
Well, that's a
great.
bit of a pipe dream. It would take more energy than the world can produce in 1 year or something. Like the Star Trek teleportation that in mind. You have a person, he disappears and he appears on a planet. Would make more than need more electricity than the world can make in 1 year or something
I
like
believe
that.
it.
It's
It's the
observable
same thing with the
amount of-
elevator. It's the same thing. It's like you're thinking about you have all this money. You're not
That's-
thinking about like how to cure cancer or I don't know, just
I need to get to the moon faster. Let me
build a
an
flying
elevator.
car or something, or you're autonomous driving. You're more worried about taking an elevator to outer space. That's what your scope of research and development is at.
Well, if you can make it, the thing is,
What?
if you can make that work, you would be as rich as the sea is deep.
Yeah, but
What?
if
Will you take an elevator or teleportation?
No, the elevator idea, if you can make it work,
Yeah,
it
but
would
how many
bring
people does it hold? 1 or 100?
I think it's mostly the idea behind this is you can bring cargo into outer space without needing rockets and rocket fuel. And that's the main idea. So you can build something in outer space. You can take the cargo up every time without needing a rocket.
And then
You
the
just
problem,
use the
I
elevator.
remember now too. And then the problem was they couldn't use metal because it made it too heavy. So they had to use a type of carbon or graphene. And then the problem with graphene is it becomes frail under pressure. So once you get to certain, like there's a whole thing on this Project X space elevator. And the biggest problem they had was not getting it out there, not building it. The problem is the weight and the way the gravitational pull of the Earth. And it was
Yeah,
crazy.
because you got this big ass chimney that's coming from the ground.
Essentially, yeah, like a stick.
It's weird. Yeah.
And then if okay, so does the Earth spin? So it spins, right? The Earth moves. We know that. The clouds don't move. We do. So you got this elevator attached to the moon.
Why it wouldn't work?
that means
At
you're gonna move the moon.
at some point, it's gonna snap.
Yeah.
If we have daylight savings time and it's getting dark now at 2:30 p.m., at some point that moon is gonna be like, and now you got to get somebody up there to climb half up the chimney. I don't know how much you're paying him because they pay those people to change the light bulbs that are on radio towers $10,000. I don't know how much you're paying fucking Jack to go up there and put some duct tape on some graphene poles to figure out how to reconnect it. And now he got to wait for it to line up so he could. No, this is stupid.
What? Thus, then it's not about the strong enough cable. The circumference of the cable you would need.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be a 3-inch cable that you're going to use.
It's going to be massive.
Well, what's the point?
Well, like Matthew
That's
said,
what I don't understand. What's the point of going to the moon?
bring stuff.
Who
Yeah,
cares?
bring stuff upstairs.
What's the point of going to Mars? Who gives a shit?
Well, there is a good argument for the elevator. If you wanted to get 3.84 trillion up there to build that money wall next to the elevator,
Okay,
then you
but
would need the elevator first.
let me just go into this. So Elon Musk, all them want to go to Mars and shit, right? And they want to hang out and build shit. They know that even with all their money, there is no fucking way, no way possible that in 20 years from now we're going to be living on Mars. It's impossible. They have to know that. So in their lifetime, that it's not going to happen. In their kids' lifetime, it's not going to happen.
But you have
Yeah,
to
but
start
their name
somewhere.
will go down as their name will go down as the people that started
In what?
it.
Mars history?
Well, I mean,
human
look at
history.
astronomy, right? We think
If
of
we were
astronomy,
designed to
we think
be
of
on
Galileo.
Mars, wouldn't we be on Mars?
But if we were designed to change continents, then we wouldn't need boats and planes either.
That's different. We're on a planet.
Yeah,
We're on the
but
still
if
same
we didn't
planet.
need to go to somewhere else, we wouldn't have invented stuff to move us
Okay.
around. It's still the same.
Okay.
The distance is just further
Okay, but
away.
something tells you there's no life there. There's no
Yeah,
life
we
there.
would be the life. We would
Okay.
be that.
Yeah, okay. They have no evidence that life ever existed on Mars, right? They have
Yeah.
none.
Exact.
Okay.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Living things.
yes, you're
Okay.
right.
So what tells you we're supposed to be there?
No, the way I see it is, I think it's just like a contingency plan. If something happens here, that we could fall back to that.
Why not unfuck what you have here before you worry about what's over there?
Oh no,
Doesn't
I'm just
work.
saying something inevitable that you can't escape from. Let's say something is on a trajectory, and whatever you do, you can shoot as many nukes to that thing. It won't eviscerate anything,
Right.
and it's gonna impact the Earth. Then you can fall back to Mars.
For humankind to keep on going, you have to diversify the places where you're at. It's like saying all of humanity is on one continent because we don't need the rest. Then, like Jordan said, an asteroid hits on that continent, humanity is gone. If you spread it around the world, asteroid hits that country, there's still going to be survivors on the other end. So,
So
Okay.
let's go to Antarctica. Let's go underwater. Why do we have to always look at the sky?
That's what I'm saying is you have
No,
so much
but if
here. You have fucking spiders. We just found last year. You don't even know what is on the rest of the world. And you're worried about another planet?
No, I'm talking about a
You got
world.
cities. Shut your ass, Jordan. You got cities underwater. Why don't
Yeah.
we go there?
Do we have cities underwater now?
What?
Yeah, we do.
What?
We've had cities.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
had cities that are
Okay.
now underwater.
Why don't we go
okay,
there?
okay. Yeah, I have no idea. But that wouldn't save you, right? If something hits that destroys the planet, that is going with it.
I don't know that.
wouldn't-
No, you don't know that.
How do you
don't
know
Yeah,
that?
I know that.
The water could protect you. The water could protect you. If you're
Are you
100,
serious? A world killer would snap this planet in half. It
A
wouldn't.
what? What?
What are
Wait,
we
what did
doing
you
with
say?
the
A
global
what?
killer?
where are we getting a world killer
global
from? You've been
killer.
watching Star Wars too long.
Yeah, I
well,
don't
it's
know.
a global killer. That's a perfectly usable and it's a real thing.
Yeah,
A
it
global
would-
killer? Oh my god. What
Yeah.
the fuck are we talking about right now?
There's
Okay.
France in
An
space.
asteroid
You
that-
guys know that.
And how come this hasn't happened?
Oh, it hasn't happened yet. But you're asking for the motivation to go to other planets. That would
No,
be
no,
the
no.
motivation.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
asking. I'm saying, what about the motivation from here? You really think if
that
an
I can't
asteroid
explain.
hits, let's just say the asteroid is half the size of the Earth, which is massive. I mean, it's huge. Half the size of the Earth. Decapitates Earth. Boom. Now
Yeah.
we are like a Easter egg cut in half. Okay?
Yes.
Molten lava's flying everywhere in outer space. It's freezing and shit because it's ice cold. You don't think that bottom part, that if you're underwater, living in your little town of Atlantis,
No, wouldn't work
Nope.
that way.
the fuck do you, how do you
Because-
know that?
The size of the Earth, Jay, that would just disintegrate. There would be
Says
nothing
who?
left.
Says
Says
everything.
who?
You have
It
all
would
that
just be a
water.
ball of
It's
fire.
science, it's
It would just.
calculation.
It would have.
Have you guys
Says
ever
who?
punched water? Wait, have you guys ever punched water? Like you're in the water and you
David.
punch it, right? Now think about if you drop how many nuclear tests have they done in water? And it hasn't done anything. It didn't destroy anything.
There's still radiation there.
No, didn't it? It didn't.
It didn't do
Then
it.
look up your history
Isn't it
because the
radiation?
atomic tests they did underwater, those destroyed a lot of things.
What, like fish and shit? Who gives a
The
shit?
radiation was contained in the water instead of in the air for the most of the part.
So
But that's not.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. No, Spade, I got this shit.
Any radiation.
No, I got this shit, Spade. I got this. Fuck these guys. Watch this.
Yours.
Chernobyl. Nothing will ever be able to live there in the next 1,000 years. 5 years later, that shit is flourishing more than it ever has. They said, scientists all said that nothing could ever live here. That's it. Look at it now. Chernobyl is fucking beautiful. It's Beautiful.
It's still radiated.
It doesn't matter. Everything is beautiful. Everything is flourishing. Trees, animals. Yeah, they had 5 eyes for a little bit. They worked that out. It's all right now. But originally, there were fish. I saw the fish. Like
It's
the blue
two-headed
and orange
deer,
fish.
so
It was a little
maybe
fucked up. But look at it now. So it's been what, 40 years? 40 years. And they're still saying all this radiation. But you got people going there on vacations and shit. They're not getting sick.
Yeah, but it still wouldn't be a good idea for you to settle there or to stay there for long periods
not?
of time.
Animals are doing it.
Because there is a heightened radiation.
Yeah, but animals are doing it.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah,
stubborn.
but those are fucked up.
No, but they're not fucked up now. No, they're doing tests on them. So let's go back to the Earth. Asteroid hits, half the size of the Earth. Boom! Knocks out the lights. Oh, shit, Facebook's down.
Knocks out the lights. It's going to do a little more than that. It's like,
Hold on, you
what's
don't
that?
know that. How do you know that? Based off of what? Science.
The Big Bang Theory. That's what they're basing it off of.
The science?
It
Yeah,
has
because the
nothing to
comet.
do-
The Big Bang Theory is the comet came onto Earth, right, and it created all
That's
this.
not the
light,
Big
right?
Bang.
No,
Theory.
see, that's
The
what I
Big
thought
Bang
too.
Theory.
You're not
That's
alone.
not-
That's what I thought.
Using the-
It's such a stupid fucking word. That's immediately what I think is someone either blew off a shotgun and some shit popped off because it's called the Big Bang, or someone dropped like a rock in a pond, and that's the Big Bang Theory. Apparently, you're not alone, Spade. I'll feel stupid with you. It's fine.
Whatever.
That's what I thought. It was like a asteroid Armageddon
Okay.
movie.
All right. So switch it
There's
up,
a-
right? We had dinosaurs, right? And the comet came down and killed all the dinosaurs, right? If it killed only the dinosaurs, where did all the other animals come from? That means that they
Oh,
survived.
well,
right?
I got you on this one.
But that's not.
That's an
not
extinction
nearly
level
the size.
event. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
it's not.
We're not talking extinction levels. Okay.
It was the impact crater of the what's the name in the desert somewhere. It's famous.
Yeah.
It's in the States in the desert. It's a big, huge impact crater. The rock
That's
that
killing
made that
base level.
impact crater was the size of a VW bug.
It's a crater. Big deal. Okay.
Yeah, but
No. Size matters. Sometimes Spade size matters.
You don't think with the technology we have today, we wouldn't be able to stop it?
No.
Yeah, nuke
That's
it.
what-
Nuke it before.
Oh!
they're trying to
Wow.
figure shit out, like using a satellite as a tractor to steer it away
Use the
from
world
us.
killer.
putting boosters or something on a comet so
shoot
it can push
lasers
it
at
away.
it, rail guns, 50 cal, sure.
No,
Sure.
no,
Use
no.
your world
Because
killer at
depending
it.
on what the comet is made of, you might just make things worse. Because if it's like said, let's say an iron-based or mostly iron-based or metal-based comet, you shoot at it, you're gonna splinter it, and now instead of one comet hitting, you're gonna have multiple.
So what
or
you were
two
talking about is
big
like
ones
Armageddon,
hitting.
where they split it in half, and now you got two
Yes,
problems.
exactly.
instead of one.
Yes.
But
Okay.
now we have a secondary problem because we can't send out Bruce Willis because he can't.
It's
talk.
no big deal. It's no big deal. You know why it's no big deal? Because
He's got dementia.
you're saying we have the technology to know that there's other things in outer space, right? We could see stars, other whatever the fuck. But we don't have the. What do you mean no?
No,
No,
we don't have
not
the
really.
technology.
It's very limited. It's
What,
actually.
what do you
very
mean we
limited.
don't know the tech? I swear to God, we just did Outside Society 2 weeks ago.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we
no,
could see
no, no.
stars from other universes.
Based on tech, but they don't have the technology to see another star, and like Earth planet, we can kind
Yes.
of calculate it, and we can do observation on the Doppler color shift on a star and a planet that's going and the
Okay, so we
Goldilocks zone where
okay.
it's
Why do you gotta go so extra about it? It's can we see the star in another universe?
the star, but not up close.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Can we see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we could see, we have that technology, yeah. And you say that's so far in the future, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we see that star. It's 50 years out, and we see an asteroid. Oh shit, asteroid's coming, man. But it's like you're looking at your clock, and you got 50 years to figure out how to fucking shoot that. Just think about this for a minute. You got 50 years, man. You don't have 50 minutes. You got 50 years. All right, the speed that that's going, the trajectory it's on, it'll get here in 2062. So you have 40 years now to figure out how to shoot that fucker down. Meanwhile, you got Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos trying to think about take a elevator or some shit to the moon to avoid that. You don't think that's fucked up? You got 40 years, they're going to figure it out. Trust me. They're going to get somebody on it, put a steering wheel on it, and move it out of the way. I don't know.
The problem is not the ones they know that are out there. The problem is that 80-90% they don't know what's out there.
It's not even mapped yet.
Well, maybe
It's
we
a
should
lot
make
of
a
space
better
to cover.
radar.
What
So
about what's
they're
underneath
afraid
your
of-
feet? You say don't help out other countries. You guys always say this, help out this. It's the same argument for the Earth. You have all this shit underneath us, and instead
Agreed.
you're worried about going to check out another problem and fixing that problem. What about the fucking problem here?
No, it would just be another option.
It's not
To
another.
secure-
No,
What if
okay,
there's
so
another
it's
world
another
inside
option
of the
for
world?
Belgium to give Ukraine $20 million.
No,
It's just
yeah,
another
but that's,
option.
that those two are considered small Earth problems. I'm saying if that would be the case, if that like a world killer now, we're talking
Oh
about
my
that.
god,
and
with
then,
this world killer shit. Is this in a movie or something? Where are you guys getting this
No.
stupid fucking word from? What is this?
Well,
Is
science.
this another ad
No.
hominem thing?
It's called the
it probably
global.
has a
extinction-
Latin name, but I don't know it. So
It's called the global extinction event.
yeah.
That's the official name for
They
it.
actually came up with a name for it like that. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's just securing your own existence. I don't see it as weird, actually.
What about what's underneath us?
That wouldn't save us at all.
How do you know?
If that happens.
What if we go? What if there's another world
What
inside
if
of
you
our
go down
world
to the
and it's a
Mariana
better-
Trench?
it's
You go down to the Mariana Trench, deep. Even if the asteroid hits, you're not going to be able to create deep enough waves for that.
It would just snap it. If it's
Snap
large
it. It's
enough,
ice
it
cold
would-
water. Snap
No,
it.
it's just it would break the planet as a whole.
Come
Or they
on.
would melt together.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see that's an option, but look at all the options. If you want to survive, you're gonna look at if that's an option and that's viable. Yeah, let's do the trench thing. Why not? But look at all the options.
I don't care how big of an asteroid you hit, man. Even if you look at tsunamis and the Earth moving, what does it create? 20 feet waves? Do you know how deep down the Mariana Trench is?
And we
11
haven't
kilometers.
solved that.
Okay,
We
so
haven't
go
solved
down
that.
there and go hang out. They can't even make it to the Titanic without fucking dying.
Well, that's budget cuts.
Yeah, why doesn't Elon Musk create some shit? He knows the type of market that is. What is that, $100,000 a seat? There you go. Make some shit. Go down there and set up tours. Boom. Money, money, money. Money. That's it.
Just be
You're right
just be
here. You
sure
just
you're-
attach a rope, and if shit gets too deep, you just bring it back up.
Just be sure you charged your PS4 controller, right? Because otherwise,
Get a
How many people
PlayStation
can fit in
5
the trench?
better-
It's fucking
better.
massive. The Mariana Trench, what is that? Is it like 400 miles or something?
We need to fix the pressure problem.
1,580 miles.
So Matthew, is the world hollow? Are we hollow underneath, or is it straight up magma?
it's not straight up magma. That's a stupid idea people have.
So what's inside the Earth? What's under the ground? What's 1,000 feet underneath you? China.
The Mariana
core.
Trench
That's
is
something they
30
teach you in school. Oh, it's a molten bowl of lava. That's
Right.
probably not the thing.
So
It's a very condensed ball of material, and the outer crust is rubbing over it, so it's super 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 hot. But it's not like they showed you in school, like the volcano chart. You have the Earth, there's the core, and there's a straight up thing that goes to the volcano. That's not a thing. That's what most people see it as, but that's not true. Nobody
Jay,
says that's a
what do you think is
molten
inside
core.
the Earth? Jay, what do you think is inside the Earth? Like underground?
Just dirt. Just warm dirt. just really nice, rich soil, like full of iron and nutrients
Yep.
and stuff like. I don't think there's fire. I don't subscribe to that. I'm looking at the depth of the Mariana Trench. It's 36,000 feet. Do you know how high it is to get out of the
Estimated.
atmosphere?
That's estimated.
Do you know how far it is to go to the outside of the atmosphere? Anybody know how many feet?
Probably less than the trench.
30.
Isn't it 28,000 feet?
30,000, yeah.
Wow. So you want to fly out there, but you can't even go 28,000 into the trench? Wow. Your priorities are all fucked up.
Maybe
How you know
it's
there's not
easier.
people down there, man? How you know there's not
Maybe-
like mermaids and shit? And,
Have
and
you
like
ever
pet
considered that
kraken and pet
that it-
octopuses?
Have you ever considered that it's easier to go up into space than to go
Loch Ness.
down there?
We make it
I don't know
easier.
about that.
You don't think that NASA, even though that's space, it's in their name. You don't think that NASA could build some shit? If you could build some shit to go to the moon, go to the moon. If they could build some shit to go to the moon or build a little robot to kind of cruise around Mars and take snapshots and shit, you don't think that they could take that same type of technology and go down under? If they could do it with the Titanic, they have had successful runs. Good old James Cameron did it, right? He went down there with his little fish sub. If he could do it, then NASA can definitely do it. You
The
just
problem
don't
is-
have a vested interest in selling
Right.
sea acres.
Oh, but
Nobody wants to go. There's
you
your
go-
elevator. You ground it into the trench.
Trench deep, the problem is pressure. If you go into space, it's the lack of pressure, which is easier to circumvent
See, this is
than
where we disagree.
the amount of pressure you have at that depth.
This is where we disagree. I think you could kick and propel yourself in outer space. You say you can't. I don't agree. I don't agree with what they say space is. I think you could swim all by yourself in outer space. I'm just saying. I think if you just waved your hands enough, you would move. Inertia. That's what that tells me. You say no because it's negative. I disagree.
That's not inertia, that's propulsion.
Yeah,
by the
no,
way.
it's inertia too. Because if I rock back and forth, eventually I'll start to move.
Create their own.
Inertia is you keeping the same speed in the same direction, the same movement. That's inertia.
No. Inertia is like if you open up a blade and it automatically. That's inertia. Yes, that's. What do you mean no?
No.
What
So-
the fuck do you mean?
So you can. So technically, Matthew, I could be sitting there and exhaling in space, and I could be pushing myself back by going.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how rocket boosters work.
Okay. So why can't he do this? You're still
Because
generating.
there's nothing to go against.
Okay.
You don't know that. There we go.
Get the speedy deployment you crave with the Buck Inertia Spring Assisted Knife. So you're saying that inertia is not a thing in a knife?
It is,
No.
but it
No.
is the definition of inertia is something that wants to keep going in the same speed at the same trajectory, right?
It eventually stops.
That's not what the definition of inertia is.
A tendency to do nothing or to remain unchanged. A property of matter by which it continues in its existing state of rest or uniform motion in a straight line, unless that state is changed by an external
Yeah, and look at the
force.
diagram of the weight. What inertia
Yep.
is. Yes, it's inertia and a blade. It is. Thanks, Lance.
But something
so-
will eventually stop it.
Yeah, I'm calling Matthew.
I had to
Lance.
look it up.
Matthew's
I
pissed
wasn't
off
sure.
now.
Matthew's
pissed.
Matthew, you need to look up inertia in the images. I swear to God, you are a second coming of Lance. So anyway, I feel like with inertia, if I'm in outer space and I just kind of rock forward, automatically I will float. But you say no because of space suits. I think that they just give air. It's like a helium balloon, and it doesn't allow them to move. I say put people in outer space, give them an oxygen mask, and I think they'll be able to get to Mars.
See,
I wouldn't go
I'm
that
willing.
far.
I'm
Might
willing to be more
It's over.
open-minded, and I'll say none of us know, and that's the problem. Unless we actually go there and figure it out for ourselves, we're going off other people's information, regardless.
Astronauts are not real.
Call Lance Armstrong and see what he says.
Lance
he-
Armstrong
his
is
number.
a fucking
Signed an NDA, never
cyclist.
mind.
Are you thinking of
okay.
Neil Armstrong? You
Neil
fucking.
Armstrong.
Oh yeah,
All the same.
he signed on the big.
If you
all the
call
same
Lance
note,
Armstrong
my friend.
and ask him about outer space, I don't think he's gonna have a lot of information. You ask him what
You're not-
testosterone to take to finish
One of these Lance.
first place, he
Call
might
Lance
have an answer.
Whipple. I don't know. Call Lance Whipple. He might know more. I don't know.
You're not coming off
Lance.
strong
Any
in this
Lance.
one. The
It
Big
doesn't
Bang
matter.
Theory, this one.
Just
It's the same thing.
call it
Inertia
Lance.
on the bike or outer space, that's all the same thing.
He said, call Lance Armstrong. Call Jim Carrey. He's gonna know all the answers. He knows all about outer space.
I'm for it. Do it. Ask him. What's the worst that can happen? It can't be more right or wrong than what Matthew is saying.
Yo, Lance Armstrong. I mean, I see how you mix it up. They both have the last name Armstrong.
It's his
Oh,
brother.
man.
No?
Whipple. It doesn't
It's his
matter.
brother. They're probably family.
They're probably related. I mean,
Yeah.
Some sort of relation. They're both Lances.
I mean,
They probably
one's never
pick
been
up
on the
space.
moon. The other one's never won any tours. So they're kind of the same people.
That's it.
Yeah, you will call Lance. He'll probably pick up.
Have you?
And then he's go, oh, you're thinking of Neil, but he's not right next to me. Just hold on. I'll give it to you. It happens all the time. It happens all the time.
He lives
We're
right down the
neighbors.
street from me. So,
Don't worry about it.
I just don't understand why we don't spend more time looking below us than looking above us. You got to see what your feet are on before you worry about what's above you.
Mhm.
It's obvious.
I think
We say it about our countries. We got to do it about the earth too.
You got fish, deep sea fish, like that frill shark. You got all these things that we have no idea about. Don't you want to study that and figure out how they living?
They do.
Deep
but
fry
I
it
live-
and feed it to spade.
Oh, you know how shitty that would probably taste? Not like fish. Living that dark with no light, that meat is going to be tart.
It's gonna be full of urea.
It's gonna be. What the hell is urea?
Man, Matthew was something else today. Matthew and Jordan, you guys on some shit?
What's
Well,
urea?
no.
I gotta look that up.
He's
got
making
some?
words up now. Before, inertia is not in a knife. It's not inertia, bro. It's not inertia. Okay. Okay. Now, what's
Like-
urea? What is it? What is it?
That's why you
Urine?
can't-
It says
like-
it's also known as carbamide, is a safe, useful compound with a significant history. It is naturally occurring molecule that is produced by protein metabolism and found abundantly in mammalian urine.
Look up shark urea. That's the reason why they don't get the bends.
The reason why I couldn't get a Benz is I didn't have enough of money. Had nothing to do with urea. It had to do with money.
The Audis are nicer than the Benz anyway.
Well, why would you need the beds in the water to begin with? It makes no
It's
sense.
such a stupid thing. It's not a boat. Can't float. Uh,
I don't know. It's what do you guys call it? Depth sickness.
no, we call,
call
it the Benz.
No,
The
it's
sun.
the Benz. The Benz.
It's the same thing as a Benz.
Call it the Benz also.
But that's one of the main reasons why if you have shark meat, you can't eat it straight away.
I've had
'Cause
shark meat straight away.
It's got to be cleaned
Oh, you
or
mean
left
you
alone.
mean? Oh, you mean where it's got to be prepped? You're not saying.
Yeah.
No. Let's go back to my argument. Why can't we go to the ocean? I'm not done with this shit.
We we do, but not on the same scale as we do outer space. I think
We haven't even done anything. Elon Musk has been talking about going out of space for the past 20 years.
And where'd he go?
Not there.
Not
You
yet.
put-
Can't
put
even
a
get this
Tesla
fucking
up there.
rocket off the ground, so I don't know. He's,
He did put a car up there, so
Okay, where's the people? Why hasn't he gone yet? How long is it going to take him to get to Mars?
Wait, didn't they do a flight?
They
Commercial?
And it crashed. It
with
crashed.
people in it?
Yeah.
Not with people. No, not with people. No.
No. Did
No,
he?
no. Not with people. SpaceX, no. SpaceX didn't do anything with people.
What? They brought people to Mars already.
No.
Orbit.
No, just cargo.
Orbit.
It was just cargo.
How many?
No,
How
that's
long
not
would it take you to fly to Mars?
The only thing that they
8 months.
people
Ideally,
8 months, that's
ideally, if their closest Earth and Mars are at their closest to each other, like 8 months or something.
that's a long trip.
Yep.
Wow.
How
That's
long
like
does it take for the Earth to do a full rotation, Matthew?
365 days.
Is it? It's not 24 hours?
Oh, you mean around this axis?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 24 hours. Well,
You sure about that?
almost 24 hours.
Okay.
If it's a
Let's say
thing,
you sure it's 24 hours? Isn't it like
23 hours and a bit.
22 and some change? Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
And
just
sometimes
add
it goes
up,
faster than the other. It just wants to be energetic today and do it in 16 hours. And
If it
Sometimes it wants to do it in
farts, it's
35.
quicker, right? If it farts, it's quicker because of the pressure
propulsion
that's
and the inertia, the
The
of the
inertia.
fart. Yeah.
Is there traffic? Is there traffic going there? Should I? No. Do we have to leave? Do
You
we
have to
leave
avoid the
before rush
asteroids. You ever played the game Asteroids as a kid? You got a little laser gun attached to the
Space
top of the
Invader.
rocket.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you pew, pew, pew. You shoot the asteroids. You never played
God
asteroids
forbid
where you that little triangle that shoots out jizz
Yeah.
and you got to
we
spin
get
in a
the
circle?
power
That's the
ups?
trick.
Yes.
You never move. You never move. You just stay in a circle. If you move, you're going to die. So you just got to stay there, go in a circle. So the way that
Hunting.
they're going to go to Mars is they got a big laser gun on the tip of it, and they just shoot the asteroids away.
And you better hope you
The
don't get a
asteroid-
flat tire.
Yeah, because
What happens if one of the rockets go out 4 months in?
Bye bye.
Yes.
do they carry
Oh,
spare
if-
rockets?
No. It's if
No?
they do it, it's a one-way trip. You're not coming back.
Oh, there's no way to get them back?
No. That's the
The
initial
problem is
proposal.
the stuff to get them off of the planet again would be too heavy to carry over there. So the first people going there, it's going to be a one-way trip. They're
For
going
how
to
long?
land, and
At
they're
least
not
8
going to
months,
have a way
right?
to get back up.
Unless they got like a train of them going.
Are they gonna be solar powered so that way they can, because
I don't think they get sunlight in outer space,
there's
right?
no
Yeah,
gas, there's no
solar-
gas stations either.
I
solar,
don't
nuclear.
think there's any. I don't think there's gas stations on the way, or not even that. I think the biggest problem you have is the outer space is cold, right?
I
Because
know.
apparently there's no sun in outer space. It's only
Yeah,
on
need,
the
need
Earth,
to insulate a little bit.
and you got to make sure that you get out of the way of the Earth so the sun can hit the back of you to warm up the ship.
Right.
Just bring a scarf and mittens and like a sweater or something. I don't know.
Got it.
Just-
Okay. I'll bring a parka just in case.
Yes.
I think if
It's
we
better
went to
to
the
bring
moon
it and
today,
not
they'd be able to
need it.
live stream because they have live streams of NASA, in those space
They-
stations. So I think they'd be able to live stream landing on Mars.
Oh, that's gonna, what is it? 22
The Wi-Fi
minutes to half an hour.
What delay?
Yeah,
Oh, their Wi-Fi sucks.
yeah,
I don't like that Wi-Fi.
You know what it
Nope.
is? It's the inertia.
yeah.
That's exactly.
It's the
The
inertia.
signal curve is going to be affected by the inertia of the
That's the
people
problem.
putting it
It's all about the
out of
inertia at
space.
that point. I mean, and
That's
and the
why we're
curriculum
waiting
is
on
off.
Wi-Fi 8.
And then
We're
you have
waiting on
space
Wi-Fi 8,
exhaling in outer
and
space. So
Man, Mariana Trench is just so much it just stops people from doing
Hey,
things.
Jay's gonna be swimming in space, so he's not
Yo,
gonna be worried
you make
about
jokes.
when-
Make jokes. Make jokes.
I'm not making jokes. I'm just saying you're gonna be swimming, and everybody else will be running out of gasoline. and you'll just be like, I'm coasting, guys.
It's gonna take me forever though. If it takes 8 months to fly there at whatever speed,
wait.
1,500
Gasoline
miles
in
per hour,
space?
the most I'm
Gasoline in
swimming.
space, really.
What you say?
Gasoline in space. Yeah, that's
Why
gonna
not?
work.
Why no gasoline?
No air.
It's
The
gonna
fuck
be
you
in a
mean there's no air?
There's no air in outer space, so you can't get combustion that way. It's not like you can put V8 on top of the rocket. That's not gonna work.
Wait, what the fuck you mean there's no air in outer space?
There's no O2 in outer space.
That's not what you just said. You said air.
There's no air. There is no
The
air.
fuck
in
you
outer
mean there's
space.
no air? Yes, there's air.
No O2, no CO2. There is no air in outer space. Otherwise, we could just go without the helmet and the rebreather
You're
system on
saying
the back.
oxygen. There's no oxygen.
Yeah,
Oxygen is not air.
Yes.
air is CO2.
No.
Right?
No. What? Air.
Yes.
What the fuck,
Oh,
bro? Are
that's
you
changed-
like?
that's
Are
changed
you
my mind.
purposely? Are you purposely trolling me today?
I changed my mind. I want to go to the trench.
We're
It's gonna
talking
be
about
peaceful there.
fucking air, bro. Air.
We got Join on our side now. Join's
It's
I
coming.
want to
from-
vacuum. I want to go.
Yeah, but
to the
even
vacuum.
in a vacuum, there's still air.
I don't know what you mean by air, but there is nothing you can breathe.
You're the
and
one
there's
who
no
keeps
O2,
saying
no
air.
CO2.
You said there's no air.
It's a vacuum. There is nothing in outer space.
Okay, so if you have a vacuum, yes,
Yeah?
So there's no planet.
you
C.
die.
I know shit. Really? Wow, that blows my
Because you
mind.
can breathe. But you die because there is nothing to breathe. You can't breathe in a vacuum. There is no air in a vacuum. You take out the air to create the vacuum.
I can't keep doing this shit with you. I can't fucking keep doing it to you. I can't keep doing this shit.
I'm keeping you busy, am I not?
I don't know. It says here, Google says that air has 3 gases: nitrogen, oxygen, and argon.
Yeah, it can exist without argon, though. Okay, so let's go back to my question. So it's cold in outer space, right?
Yeah.
It's cold. The sun doesn't work there. I just want to make sure I got this clear. I'm trying to learn my science.
No,
So
it
the
does
sun don't work, right?
It does
Some
work.
power savings.
It does work. Okay, so if I go 2 miles away from the sun, we're still in outer space, right? Or are we on the sun?
You'll be crispy.
That's not what I'm asking you, bro. I'm asking you if I'm 2 miles next to the sun. Am I in outer space?
Yeah.
Okay. Is
No.
that hot there?
Yeah.
Okay. How come the further we get in outer space, it gets colder?
Because of the limitation of the radiation coming from the sun.
So the radiation is what provides the heat, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're on Mercury, that's the 1st
Mhm.
planet, right? We can't go there. It's too hot. It's too crispy. Right? What's the 2nd planet? Are you kidding? You know
No,
all
I'm
about
not.
air, but you don't know what the 2nd fucking planet is?
Trying to do the rhyme, but
Fuck the rhyme. You don't know what the 2nd planet is? Oh my God. Does anybody here know what it is?
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. Women are from Venus. Men are from
Oh,
Mars.
Mars.
Oh my God, bro. Okay, how come we can't go to Venus? Too hot too? Too crispy? So the sun says at Earth, I just want to make sure I got this clear. The sun says at Earth, hey, you're bigger than Mars, you're bigger than Venus, you're bigger than Mercury. I'm going to give you the most amount of heat. Then you're going to cast a shadow to Mars, and it'll be okay. It's not going to be as hot there. Do I got this right so far? I'm just trying to,
I think so.
Yes.
I think you're good.
right? Mars, Earth is bigger than Mars, right?
Yes.
But what has that got to do with?
What I just
Radiation.
asked you, does Earth create a shadow for Mars?
I'd say no.
No. Okay. Then how come Mars isn't as hot as what Earth is? It's the next planet.
But
over.
It's at a greater distance, and it has no atmosphere to keep in the
Because
warmth
there's no
either.
air. Because there's no air, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Is outer space colder between Venus and Earth than it is Earth and Mars?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It would be colder, yeah? When you start to get out to
Yeah.
Uranus, it gets like fucking ice cold. They don't even know what that is. Right? They think it's a moon. Before we had 7 planets, then there's 8, then there's 9, now there's 4. Nobody fucking knows, right? We know that there's stars in outer space. I'm just trying to find all the holes in this. We know that there's stars in outer space. We know that there's no air in outer space, okay? Because it's a big vacuum, and the reason why we're stuck here is because gravity holds us to the ground. Okay, whatever the fuck you want to tell yourself. So we could see stars in other planets. We don't know what's in our own, whatever you want to call it,
Right.
dimension, universe. We don't know what Uranus is, but we could see a star that's 50 times further away than Pluto or Uranus, right?
Yep.
Am I so far right, Matthew? You're the space guru.
Yeah, not a space guru.
Oh, well, I mean, you seem to know that there's no air, so I mean, you've got half the boxes checked. So if we can't figure out what Uranus is, can't figure it out. Like they thought Jupiter was a ball of gas at one point. Then they said no, there's something solid underneath it.
And it has a solid core. Yeah.
Yeah, now nobody fucking knows. And then the same thing with Saturn. Oh, we think it's light, and we don't think it's a planet. Which one is it? Nobody fucking knows, right? Science. Yet you think that we can just get on a ship, fly through no air, basically a vacuum, okay? Get there, live there with whatever, I don't know how big this ship is you're taking, because you gotta have a lot of food. Unless it's just one dude going, then, he's gonna be lonely. So
a lot of upgrades.
he's gonna be all by himself for 8 months, fly through no air, and yet what is right underneath us that you don't need all the special equipment to get there, that makes more logical sense to you? In no air?
I think like I said, I think maybe it's easier to go into outer space, technically wise. But you could take a submarine, a current submarine, weld it completely shut or whatever, and you can go into outer space. You cannot take the same class of submarine and go down into Mariana Trench because it will be as big as a can. Pressure is harder than the lack of pressure to cope with.
Conquer.
Yeah.
Well,
you
first
counteract
off,
the pressure. You counteract the pressure.
Yeah. With the let me hear it, Spade. Water is
not
bulletproof,
as easy as
and
Spade.
I'm not a scientist. I'm just saying
so you're
counteract.
saying in outer space, I just want to make sure I got this. So in outer space, ship goes up there, flying right to Mars. Uh-oh, something's not right. Too much pressure. Or not enough pressure. What happens to the ship? Does it implode or explode?
not enough pressure. Wait,
would implode, right?
no pressure on the outside.
So it would implode, right? Because there's no oxygen for it to explode.
The inside of the ship would
What would
explode.
happen to the... Okay. A ship is flying through outer space. Okay, and it goes to land on Mars. Hey guys, we're here. We're gonna touch down. There's no oxygen. It's a vacuum. There's no air.
Huh?
What happens to this if it just doesn't make it? Will it explode or implode?
You mean like they open a port, they open something, or there's a
No,
hole
it just-
in it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it would wash
Someone
out and
shoots
that
at
would
him,
be
an alien says, ooh, and they shoot 30 cal bullets at it. And it's
Yeah,
got a
then
bunch
it-
of holes
then
in it.
That's a goner.
breaks
That's a
apart.
hole, then you get a hole which would vent the atmosphere, but the capsule itself wouldn't do anything.
It wouldn't explode. It would just...
They, in the International Space Station, they had small meteor impacts that made holes. They're trained to cope with it. It doesn't explode. If you're in a suit, you can literally open the doors. The atmosphere would vent out, and there would be no atmosphere no air. It would
So
be a
you're saying
vacuum
like
inside as
in the
well.
airplane movie where they open up a thing and they just fly out trying to attack Rock, that wouldn't happen?
But that's under pressure, and that's still in an air environment.
The fuck are you talking about? If I'm in a
An
rocket and I
airplane.
open up the door, am I gonna get sucked out?
Yeah.
Okay. Unless I'm tethered to the ship. So if the ship is flying, you're saying it gets shot, it won't get blown up. It'll just float there. It won't do
Yeah.
anything. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you go deep into the ocean, it just crushes. How did a director of a movie manage to get down to the Titanic?
Well, it's a smaller vehicle, right?
So make a smaller vehicle.
And it's let's face it, the Titanic is nowhere near the depth of the Mariana Trench either.
Right. But they still went down there, right?
They went down there.
They have subs that can actually go 20,000 feet deep. You know that, right?
Small unmanned
The Navy.
rover.
The Navy.
It's
has,
easier to make a small rover
Sure.
that can handle the pressure at that depth than it is to make something where people can live in or be in.
Sure. And it's easier to go to Mars than it is to see what's right below your feet. They have subs that can go 20,000 feet deep. They have them. This is real. You could Google this. They have them. But yet we don't spend time. NASA's more worried about outer space. They're all distractions for you. Because you're worried about no air and vacuums and stars. They're all distractions.
They're worried about the aliens.
Yeah, Matthew's worried about aliens. Not me. Matthew thinks there's fucking aliens and people flying around out there.
That's why they want to.
How come you got that little car driving around on Mars? You haven't seen shit. Where's the people, bro?
I don't think we're looking for people.
Well, like you said the other day, John, I'd be real careful. You don't need to be looking for it. They'll just show up, right? That's what you said with Ghost. You say you just want to play PlayStation, and they just, if there's Ghost, they'll shut it off. Okay, you got this fucking ship. You got this little Jeep riding around Mars, doing tricks and shit, taking fucking pictures, and you can't come up with shit but environment. It just looks like it's in Arizona, just driving around. That's what it looks like.
If there's nothing, there's nothing, I guess.
Kind of a slim chance there being people walking around Mars, but okay.
Why? Why is there a slim chance?
People,
we can live there, right? We've decided that we can move there.
We have ambition to do that.
The technical difficulties of surviving there, they haven't figured out anything right. You touched on something earlier that,
of course, I did.
To grow food over there, you'd have to take soil over there, because the soil that's on Mars, it's mostly iron oxide or something. You could kind of use it to get some oxygen out of it, but it's not great for making potatoes or whatever. You'd have to take soil with you for people to be able
so
to
basically
survive.
Play God. So basically play God is what you're saying.
Yes.
Or what's the name for the
terraforming? No.
No.
That's
They use water to grow like lettuce and stuff in hydroponics. Yeah. So that, but then water weighs a lot as well, so you'd have to take the water with you. It's
not a small endeavor.
Nope.
Yeah, someone asked a question. I'd like to point out that the first submersible to reach the bottom of the Mariana Trench was Trieste, which is in fact owned by the U.S. Navy. But to answer your question, yes, they do. Navies operate deep submergence vehicles and special mini-subs designed to search the ocean for research. Google it. I knew this already, that we've been to the Mariana Trench. You just don't hear about it. The Navy does it quite often. So we've been down there. I'm just saying, why not just keep building shit? If the Navy could do it, NASA should be able to do it, or whoever the hell the ocean department that goes deep. But you can't, so you're just going to play God then. You're just going to go to Mars and just start your own family and raise them off of iron oxide. Don't you have very low oxygen in the atmosphere too?
I think
extremely low.
I think none. Could be wrong, but I think there's none. Yeah.
But we need that, right? What do we call that?
Yeah,
what is that called?
We kind of need it, yeah.
How do you know oxygen is real, Matthew? I'm picking on you since you want to be all snippy today.
Um, not fallen over yet, so
How do you know it's real?
I
Can
don't
you see
know.
it?
I don't know if this entire thing is real. Might
Can
be a
you see
simulation.
oxygen?
Nope.
Why not?
You can in the winter when you breathe out.
That's not oxygen.
No, that's vapor.
That's carbon.
That's
No,
not oxygen.
that's the water
Yeah, it's
in
the
your breath.
water coming out of your breath because it's hot and it's meeting with cold, so it creates vapor. But you think oxygen is real, right? Because someone told you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, watch this. God is real. See how easy that was?
See, he told you.
See how easy that was? That's it. That's the end of that discussion.
Can I inhale God
Yes?
in the through the oxygen?
Yep.
Got it.
Jordan, you with me?
Yeah. I have only one question. One question. Haven't we ever? Because your argument was, well, then you're playing God. I'm 100% with you, but haven't we been doing that ever since? Trying to do
Trying to
that?
cure diseases?
Haven't we been doing that ever since? Ever since we existed, we've always been chasing things to change about the existence already. So the argument is we've always been trying that, or to be that, or even be better than that, which is even worse.
Domesticating, breeding animals.
It's a fair argument. I mean, you're. But if humans create the problem, then it's up to humans to fix that problem, right? It's not up to God.
Yes.
If humans created cancer by creating chemicals that are created by humans, then it should be up to the humans to fix that, not God.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So,
But how far are you willing to go?
Well, if that's the case, we're doing the blame game. Well, then we blame God for creating humans who created the cancerous material that we have cancer from now.
He gave us a brain
Unless
so
it's
we
all
could
a
evolve
test.
and do stuff like that.
Right.
Unless it's all a test.
Right.
What
So all
test?
you're doing is just putting a blame game.
what test?
It's a test. If you can conquer that as well, another obstacle.
Or the test is that you
What's
create
the
your
result?
own
What's supposed to be the end game of the test? Because the test, you either win or you lose, right? You pass or you fail.
Yeah, and if you eventually conquer that disease, then you've become smarter as a species.
Right. You progress.
Yeah,
Wow.
But you
Would you say-
created that disease, so it's expected for you to be able to fix it.
And
Yeah,
would you
but we
really
haven't
say
yet.
society is getting smarter?
no. I'm not saying as.
Yes and no, Matthew.
I'm not saying
Yes
that
and
we're
no.
getting smarter, but it is something we're always looking for things to solve or to conquer. That's just human nature. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
but-
the majority of humanity. I'm just saying a small portion of that is doing
No,
that.
but I can kind of agree to what Jay says. If we would have left well enough alone, maybe there wouldn't be so
We
many
wouldn't be here.
diseases and things.
Tell
And
you,
we
we
wouldn't
be
have
here.
the technology we would have now.
No.
Well, everything you have, let's be clear about technology. Everything you have is technology. Everything. A paper towel, a tissue, a computer, all of that. Water
Clothes.
water is technology. Mere process of water in your hands is technology.
Clothes.
Water in your hands?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tap. We're talking about the infrastructure that you have in your home now.
Oh, no.
That's not
I
nature.
thought you meant being able to pick up water in your
No,
hands.
like water in your hands, like you have it in a bottle
No.
or you get it in a cup. That's technology. Technology
So
made that
water,
cup.
yeah.
Technology made that water come through the piping to get
Yeah.
into your house. That's all technology.
I'd say it started with you picking up a stick or a stone. That's a tool.
That's technology.
But the minute you combined the stick and the stone and you made an axe, that's
Absolutely.
technology.
Or it started a fire. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
That's technology. Everything is technology. So you can't say that
I mean,
technology is bad.
if you take something natural and you use it, I wouldn't consider that technology. if you combine
Well,
stuff,
yes,
you make
no,
something-
yes. If you are a human being and you're walking through the woods and you've never seen anything and you come upon a spring, okay, and you put your hands into the spring to cup it to put it to your mouth, is that not technology? You're figuring out a way to drink something.
Mm-hmm.
By definition, that would be technology. No,
Wouldn't the argument be better, Jay? If
even
let's-
breastfeeding is technology.
Yeah. Let's say it's raining and you're creating like a pad with some leaves to actually drink that. That would be more technology. Because the breastfeeding is then more back into nature, no? Because we're made that way.
If the moment you start manipulating something to get a result,
yeah, that's how I see it. Yeah.
Well, it's got multiple definitions. One of them is the branch of knowledge dealing with engineering or applied sciences. So putting your hand into a cup to drink would
be a form of technology.
I mean, technically it's technology. Breastfeeding, no, I don't think would be technology because it is pretty fundamentalist. Just hold a baby to your bosom and... You can't do that without air, though. And definitely you can't pick up the baby without inertia. So.
Nope.
And you can't breastfeed in the trench. There's no way.
No, there's no fucking way. There's no way you're getting any milk out of that pressure. There's no way. You're going to be clogged up like a constipated hooker after a dance night.
I think it's going to be more like a milkshake.
It might be a little clumpy. It might be.
Yes. Like yogurt. I don't know about
jizz. Jizz, more like sometimes. Oh God, I'm gonna gag.
It's more like concentrated milk.
Like condensed milk. Oh God, we open up a can and it comes out like a cylinder of egg. Oh God.
Oh. It's like a tube.
Oh. Did you know that when you jizz, right, the style of your jizz? So the other day I was looking this up. I had to look it up, right? I've never searched this. So me and Bree are talking about what my jizz tastes like. Like some days is it worse than others, especially like when I wake up because you built up 8 hours, whatever. And I start looking up the style of jizz. First off, I do not recommend. I'm just going to help you out and save you time. There's different styles, meaning that sometimes you don't look it up. Spade, I see you. I see you. There's like runny jizz. We've all had that, like super watery. Sometimes you'll see it where it's like super. I'm gonna start fucking gagging here shortly. Super chunky, like lumpy, and then there's ones where it's
spinny.
There's ones that get stuck because it's so much sugar inside of your penis. Oh. And then I had to look up what causes it. Like, what could I do to essentially jizz water? You would be surprised what the answer is. Like, how do you make it like as runny as possible? Like where you could knock over a can 20 feet out. It is possible. And people have done the math on it. And check this. Listen to this. The more sugar you intake, the clumpier your jizz is. The less sugar you intake, the more consistent it is. Not runny. The less water you drink makes it more shootable.
Less
really?
That kind of
you would
explains
think
a lot.
the more water.
No. More water doesn't help. Less water. I'm not saying dehydrate yourself now. Don't look like a kid from Nigeria. That's not what I'm saying. I'm like, drink water, but it's not about, because it's the way that the glucose processes in your prostate and then the pressure. I've told Jordan a couple tricks how to get some distance, but I dug the other day. I could teach you tricks, but now I know how to change the style of my jizz based off of how I'm feeling that day. The problem is you have to do it 24 hours in advance. You can't like start right now and be like, I'm gonna jizz tonight and I'm gonna knock her bicuspid out. That's not going to work that way. You have to give it 24 hours.
Any tips to remove the stickiness? Because that seems to be.
No, I didn't Google that part yet. I was more worried about.
Very, very sticky, man.
Sticky?
Yeah, it's hard to remove.
Do you let it dry?
No.
White,
Wait, when you say sticky, if it's in your
gooey
hand,
or slimy.
yeah, like
gooey or
when
slimy.
yeah, I don't know if we're saying the same because sticky to me would be is if like it's in your hand and you hold it, it doesn't move.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you're like this.
Yeah, no.
And it's just
it will take a long time, and then it would just go like a full line. It doesn't break.
oh mine. If I go like this, mine just comes down like pancake batter. Just
Yeah.
Nice. That's what I want. I'm not happy with the sticky.
yeah, that's another
The
thing
chase
too is how clumpy it is. Also, going back to the style, the clumpier it is, the more fertile you are. The more sperm is actually in the glucose. The more runny it is, the less likely to have any fertility at all.
Oh, I'm
So
super
the glucose is what turns it white after it
No, the
dries up?
glucose is your sperm, is your jizz. That's like me. I have a vasectomy. I still have jizz. There's just no sperm in it. The sperm itself causes it to get clumpy. But see, I don't have any sperm, and my shit is like clump.
What makes it white when it dries up?
I think that's just the glucose in it. The sugar.
Is there starch in it? No.
There's lots of protein in it.
Starch.
No, if you got starch in your shit. I don't think so. I didn't look up. Next, I'll look up the nutrient value. I've already done that with protein. So I used to hear that if you did that, you get a fat booty. I think that was just guys to get their girls to swallow it.
Yeah.
It's not true.
It's good for you.
I think we can all agree if there's corn in it, that's not right.
If you got corn in your jizz, we got to talk. I want to know how you're producing vegetables in your prostate. And then I want to know how big your penis head hole is if you can manage to get a corn nugget through there. That's impressive.
It hurts. A
lot of pressure.
It's not easy.
I can imagine. It sounds wild.
I mean, if you could piss out a kidney stone, right?
You would need a whole lot of inertia to get it out.
Ah, there you are with inertia. There you are again.
What I do is I take my thumb and then jam it gently, and then
Nice. You massage your prostate?
yeah,
Yeah?
that usually
You
works.
like fingers in your butthole?
No.
Don't lie to
Just
me.
saying. No. I haven't tried it.
What about you, Spade? You like fingers in your butthole? I know Matthew does.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, you do, Matthew.
That's a big
Don't
smile.
lie.
I don't know.
Nobody
That's a
likes
big
fingers
smile
in the
for a
butthole?
no.
Nobody?
Haven't tried it. Can't say. Haven't tried
So
it.
you're willing to give it a whirl?
Oh yeah, sure. Now? On stream?
No, we do it
Seems
later.
a little while.
Do
Oh,
it
okay.
offline. Yeah, we don't need to put
Makes
that on
sense.
here right now. It's unacceptable. We get banned.
Well, to
That
be
makes
accurate, I think I won't like it.
You
But we're
think?
talking one.
I've never actually had a finger in my... Well, that's a lie. No, I'll take that back. That's a lie. Yeah,
Was it for experimental purposes or medical?
medical purposes.
Yeah, that's not the same.
I didn't much like it. They even tried to do where they put the camera thing up there, and they had to stop because
Colonoscopy?
yeah, it was like, Mister, you have to relax. I am relaxed. Yeah, you really have to relax, otherwise this isn't gonna work. I am relaxed. I'm telling you, I am relaxed. Oh yeah, clear. Okay, let's just drink the contrasting fluid, and we'll take a picture that way because this isn't gonna work. Put it back into the tub. Done. So
See, if you had enough inertia on your asshole, you'd have been able to pop
But
your asshole
there's
out.
no air in there.
if it
That's
would,
trouble. It's a vacuum. It's a fucking
if it
vacuum.
drew a
going.
vacuum, yeah, it would suck it in.
It's got negative pressure in his asshole.
Well, most of the time I've got overpressure in the asshole, but it's not air. Well, there is air in it, but there's some other stuff inside as well.
Very cold. Very cold in there. Very cold.
Oh, it's gonna be ice
Very
cold.
cold.
No sun in there. That shit is dark.
Shitting ice cubes.
What's the
Well, we
difference
have a
between
ha-
your
we
colon
have
and
a
outer
hater who can-
space? What's the difference between your colon and outer space?
Oh, I got it. There's actually people that want to travel to outer space. That's
Nice.
Good one.
There's people that want to go explore it.
No, no.
Yo,
one
we are
wants-
so immature. We are so immature, George.
A little. Like a centimeter.
You know what? And hominem. And hominem.
Yeah.
That's it.
Talk about the
All the way.
subject. Don't diss us. Talk about the subject. Assholes, colons, and outer space.
Some things were at REM, right?
Yeah,
There
well,
was a lot at REM as well.
carpe diem.
Yeah, we seized the day.
Yeah.
DM, PM, EM sees the whole thing.
That's it.
Okay.
It's also Veni Vidi Vici to win on that because we came, we saw, and we conquered. So
That's right. And we all did it with
Yeah.
inertium and black holes. Guys, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week. Same time, same rhyme. The link should not change for you guys. Everybody else, thank you for the donations. Thank you for hanging out. You guys are beautiful. Stay lovely.